welcome to another Girls Gets Glory live stream. We're giving away Idol Champions codes as usual, and Erika is going to open up a giveaway. So exclamation point raffle to enter. And we also have a special guest. We have Kim Jackson. Some of you might recognize her. She plays with Maze Arcana, and she's playing a fun character that she and Kelly have come up with, so it'll be a surprise. And because of the holiday, next week we are going to have a very special one-shot game, which we've entitled Boys Butts Glory. And it'll be some of the girls and some special male guests, including Brant Doherty, Gray Damon, and Robert Bailey Jr., so that'll be fun.
It was fun.
It was fun. They're all new players, so you'll get to see us kind of helping these fellas along. And so tune in for that very special one-shot game next Sunday after Thanksgiving. And I wasn't here last week. I was in Japan. And we have some people who are obviously sick or not here this week, but we're gonna have fun.
Flu season.
Yeah.
Flu season, get your shots if you're not allergic to egg. If you're allergic to egg, don't do it because it has egg in it.
Take your vitamin C.
I didn't know that. The more you know.
The more you know.
So
any other announcements or any other sort of things that we need to cover, or feeling like we should jump in?
Letting everyone know my food allergies right now. Let's just jump right in.
Yeah. What are your food
Sounds
allergies?
good. So a quick recap then of the storyline and kind of where you guys are going. And I probably sound like a broken record to some of you, but to the new ones tuning in, hopefully you get up to speed on kind of what we've been doing. So it started off with this party being in Cholt, having traversed the jungle and many different terrains and atmospheres for quite some time. They had stumbled finally upon the lost city and were then betrayed by the person in the guide who had been walking alongside them for some time, Valindra's Shadow Mantle, who then transported them into some strange, unfamiliar territory, into a petrified wood, which they quickly learned was called the Ganath Wood, based outside of Thay, thanks to two new comrades they had met along the journey, a very small halfling cleric and a very tall dragonborn with a lot of bravados. As you guys then walked through the petrified forest, you came upon an altar and were then spoken to by a strange creature who advised you guys to not further go in and to perhaps listen to him and heed his advice and go underground in this tunnel that would let you out into a nearby city called Byzanter. It did take some time after you guys agreed to go underground to make your way into that city, and you discovered it let out inside of the kind of hex college there, upon which you met someone named Todd very quickly, who you discovered was the cousin to Lilith. After trying to kind of find some common ground, you guys then slayed his master and his teacher, who is now Mr. Bubbles, aka Saxon, but Mr. Bubbles.
My zombie.
One of your zombie friends.
One of my zombies who I brought back to do my bidding.
Your halfling cleric bidding.
Wonderful.
And so that gave them the ability to exit the college without any kind of raising red flags, and you guys then set off to find a way out of Thay. You had some options in terms of boats, and you realized the city was slave-based. And after kind of some close incursions from people who you were considering shipping with, which has now a new term, isn't it? Shipping. Who you were considering shipping with, these two little gnomes that were twins. You guys decided to buy a slave, hire out the old crew of Saxons, and take this ship that was now available to you by this woman, Edna, who had been brought here to meet Saxon, and just get out of Thay. And so that's kind of where we're at. You guys have been on the ocean for some time now, having experienced hard storms and wavering seas and a very interesting shark's-bane wall that looked like teeth that kind of ended up kind of almost looks like a fortified wall that would not allow you to cross off at some point, cross over it at some point. But thanks to the tides and some good steering, you guys were able to do so, but not without an attacker that had tried to get all you guys underneath the sea. that was a good learning experience. And then further along,
Don't jump in the water.
you guys soon thereafter stumbled upon what appeared to have been a ghost ship with some interesting leads from this strange vampire woman that's also aboard the ship named Tamith. After that battle and that discovery, including some good loot, you guys then continued through this storm and saw a large whirlpool pulling you guys closer to it. And this is our last episode, this whirlpool, realizing that it was just a suction, and suddenly the statue of this man popped out and a mermaid appeared, and you guys spoke to her and very quickly realized that she was on the hunt for something, now not for you. So you guys jumped on board, or off board technically, and then went after the strange creature, the strange beast, the strange being that she had been hunting for some time, Sylvia. You soon learned her name was. After finally killing the strange aberration that seemed to have appeared within the waters, you guys were then invited down into this strange city that apparently the statue had protected or was warning against. But at the invite of Sylvia, you were able to enter this underground bubble, this massive 3-mile wide section underground, this coral reef of this strange city, this underwater city that you can breathe in as humans, not even needing water breathing, just able to breathe in this water. Mithnantar. Mithnantar is an interesting city. It has quarters in different districts, large coral reef, red streets with chariots riding up and down them, and white streets. And it's a beautiful city. It's a protected city. It's a city full of all different underwater creatures. And you guys realize that you're kind of in the minority, certainly, but people are not showing any signs of disinterest, or people don't seem upset. It's more a jovial atmosphere, and people kind of smiling to you and nodding, and maybe a whisper here or there, but nothing too bad. And that's kind of where we left off. You guys were exploring the city with Sylvia, who had just been approached by this council, who then said that she had done her job well. And she had warned you guys also that these beasts that you slayed, there's more of them, not far away, but she had at least halted one of them during that quest. And Sylvia, unfortunately, after speaking with the council, did have to attend these council meetings and discuss more matters of the city, but opened up the doors for you guys to enjoy Mithnantar. And that's kind of where we're at. You guys, some of you went to Ogma. There's like temples for Ogma and this strange elven-looking underwater god. There's cities, areas of bars, the coral reef. There's all these. It's kind of divey. You can see very quickly that there's quarters here. There's very distinct quarters. There's this quarter called the Dukar Quarter, which is the northwest quarter. That one has things such as academies and keeps and palaces. Another beautiful section is the Elves Quarter, which is kind of where Sylvia seems to maybe have originated from, or now lives, with these kind of hybrid elven-looking underwater creatures, sea elves and mermaids who have longer ears, who are coming from there. And that place is beautiful, billows out, a lot of mother of pearl designs and gorgeous structures that appear to be libraries and more palaces and villas. A lot of different reefs of different colors and creation, a lot of water and animal-based water life from that section of the city. You can tell that there's one that seems to be a little bit more ionic in nature, with a lot of different sort of buildings that look professional, and you can see that's where the council had come from, this beautiful quarter, which looks kind of like a place of law or order, especially from the way that the city is lined up with its marble columns and things of that. And then there's one that's very bustling, which most of you guys went towards, which is like a trading quarter, where there's a lot of people riding those chariots through the sea. You see kids playing, you see people drinking. It's lively. There's a marketplace on the outside. That's where Ogma's temple was. So you guys are kind of just taking in the city.
Am I on the boat still?
You had been on the boat for some time now.
I'd been crying about my love here. Gylon.
The whole time, pretty much. There was a battle where you helped the ship for a little bit.
Okay, glad I helped a little bit.
Yes.
I'm sure we
because we have the Stone of Sending, so we probably were like, we found a whole city.
I feel a little better. I'll come down to the city.
Okay, so your salty tears are then washed away by salty water as Fauna, you kind of dive into the water below and start swimming through. It doesn't take long as you're holding your breath to realize that another few seconds, maybe 30 to 45 seconds of swimming, you'll be at that bubble that enters. And as you enter it, you see this beautiful, beautiful city full of different octopi and eels and dolphins and orcas, which people were quite excited about last time. And it's just a beautiful paradise in a cove. Even the animals seem to be smiling at you as you're passing by them and heading towards the city.
Hello, fish. Hello. Hello, shark. Nice shark.
The shark kind of brushes against you. His tail kind of whips against your back.
Have you seen my friends?
He just keeps swimming
Okay,
around.
bye, shark. Are there any, like, young mermen, like, similar to Fauna's age?
Make a perception check. I mean, you're looking for your friends as you're swimming towards this underground city, and you do see people walking on the streets, like not swimming, but walking. It's
So you
swimming
can swim
and
or walk?
Yeah, it seems to be a multi. I don't know what the description would be, but a multi-walkie.
Multi-limbic.
Yeah, multi-limbic.
15.
Yeah. 15. There is some young men of some sort of mermaid-like quality. It's hard to tell if they have feet or not. It looks like they do have feet, but they have the skin and the color of what a mermaid would be. It's kind of irony looking or blue. And as you're looking down at them, you can see that they're racing chariots with seahorses on them quite loudly up and down the street. You can see that they're drinking something and they're sloshing over water and alcohol of some sort as they're kind of going nearby. But you see behind the chariot younger brothers and boys who are cheering on their brothers who are driving the chariots.
I'm gonna approach them.
Okay, so you
Looking for her rebound.
you start to swim further along. As you do so, one of these boys who just finished a race kind of like takes the seahorse and there's like a like the equivalent of a seahorse version of that as he starts to pet the seahorse and you are approaching as they're gearing up for another race and he kind of looks nervous as you approach him.
Hello. What is your horse's name?
He kind of swims around you for a second, floats back down and looks at you. He goes, "What are you?"
My name is Fauna Ivy Underbough, and I'm a halfling.
Halfling. And they kind of all, the 4 or 5 guys within the chariot, all kind of whisper to one another. One little mermaid boy, like his head kind of pops up. He's like 14 or so in terms of mermaid years, maybe. And he's got an interesting look. He kind of looks like Jeremy Sumpter from Peter Pan, if you guys are familiar with that old one with Jason Isaacs. It's a great movie. But he's kind of got the boyish charm to him, a Peter Pan-esque thing going on. Very blue skin and high cheekbones.
Hi, my name is Fauna. This is very interesting what you're doing with these seahorses. I think it's really awesome.
Where's your fin?
Where's my fin?
Yeah, where's your fin? As all the guys are kind of like saying, yeah, where's your fin? Yeah, you're halfling? What's that?
I don't have a fin. I am from another world. Another world where you breathe air. Another world where you walk on your feet and don't swim.
And kind of slowly, the young mermaid boy kind of swims over to you and puts his hand out, kind of interested. He's, "Hi, my name's Etan. It's nice to meet you."
Etan, that's a nice name.
It's my family's name. But where's your? Do you need a fin? Do you want to go fin shopping?
I'm looking for my friends, but sure.
I mean, I'm looking for my friends too.
Have you seen any weird-looking people from not here?
Definitely no. I mean, you're the weirdest thing I've seen all day. I mean, you're not weird. You're a little weird, but that's okay.
I know I'm different, but sometimes different means beautiful.
Sure. I can bring you down to the place where my mom and my dad have a shop.
Okay, that'd be nice. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. And
Do
he
you
kinda,
have a seahorse too?
Oh no, you gotta be of age to have a seahorse. They're really hard to take care of. Sometimes a little temperamental.
How old are you?
How old am I? I'm about 76 years old. I look like I'm 50.
I'm only 13.
Oh, you're not as, you don't age like us, do you? Just come on. Swims away as you kind of follow the bubbles trail that he leads you toward.
Why do I always pick the older men?
You begin to make your way into the section of the city from very distinct looking quarters, so the one that's much more bustling, the ones that the chariots are kind of coming out of and back into. You are entering it. You guys are all kind of within the same neighborhood as well, drinking merrily within those quarters, shopping, or visiting temples. What's your passive perception, you guys?
13.
13?
13.
Oh, no, just asking.
15.
15? Okay. So as you guys are kind of bustling around, you, however, have been kind of flying in and out of locations and venues. Just curiosity has kind of struck you. And as you're passing from one building to the next, from one seashell to one reef, you look over and you see a familiar person trailing a young-looking sea elf.
Oh. I'm gonna fly over to her. Hey, Fauna.
Oh, hello, Lala. Lala, this is my friend Ichabod. He's 76 years old.
That's not a nice thing to say when you meet some.
That's okay. I'm only 123.
Oh, really? You don't look a day over that.
What? I'm very young for what I am.
I think I'm young, too.
You are. You're very young.
He kind of gets a little confused and he goes, you know, you guys, you really should get fins. You don't have any fins, do you?
Do we need fins?
I know, but a lot of time when people come down into the area, they like to be able to get some cool things. There's a whole line, a whole city of knickknacks and fun stuff. And I mean, you could get anything you want.
I overhear this.
That's delightful. You're gonna love this city. Everything's so great. I have some hashish oil we can smoke from the rare seaweed. You wouldn't believe it.
You're gonna
It's
let
amazing.
me smoke it? You never let me smoke it.
You hear Moira's voice out of the temple. She's 13! She's 13!
Oh, I see you have a friend.
This
Hello, I'm
is
Rowan.
Ichabod.
It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
How old
you.
are you since we're doing this?
Why?
I don't know. That's how you folk say hello.
77.
No, it's okay. You're not supposed to ask. She's older. She's an older human.
Oh,
Oh, not a human. No,
so that's not
no,
a cultural
she's an older.
thing?
No, don't ask.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Sorry, I don't care how old you are.
Quite all right. I'm known for making quite bold questions myself.
So anyway, fins. Fins? You want to find fins?
I'd love to find a fin.
In unison, Moira pushes
find a
open
fin.
those doors, hearing from the temple.
I'm going to buy
Find
the
a what?
biggest fin.
I'm sorry. A fin.
So we can swim about.
Better.
Better.
Sure.
Oh, I think I'd like a green one with like iridescent scales and like huge giant koi fan billowing.
I think that would look really good on you, Rowan.
Thanks.
I'll bring you over to my mom's and dad's place. It's a really great place. It's called Finished. So I think you'll like it, you guys.
I love it.
Yeah,
Darling.
yeah. It's really simple, but like, come
Lead
on.
the way.
He kind of floats down and swims all the way into one of the pocket quarters, a piece of coral that looks like it has been carved out almost like a Flintstone house, but made of coral. As he's approaching it, he swings open, pushes aside some of the seaweed that allows the door, and you can see on the inside, it's well lit from whatever sort of algae apparently refracts the light, and you can see behind it all these different kind of plastic-looking fins of all different shapes and sizes. There's ones for your face, there's ones for your ears, there's ones for your legs, there's ones even for your arms. It's apparently some sort of consignment shop.
Are they nice looking? Are they pretty?
Yeah, as you're looking at it, it's hard to tell exactly what it could even be made out of, considering like what kind of materials and production they might have down here. It looks nice. But as you're like getting a little bit closer and really looking at it, you're realizing it's like whatever the paint is. It's a kind of a cheap looking material once you're really looking around.
This is very nice, Ichabod.
Thanks. I don't know where my family is, so I'm gonna have to pretend to be the boss. All right. He kind of flies around to behind the table and like looks at you guys. He goes, "Welcome to Finished, where you start and end your fin needs. I'm Eton, the shop owner. Today, can I help you?"
He's very grown up.
That was very good, very professional.
Don't tell my parents.
We won't.
Eton, I'm quite intrigued by the little earwing fin things I'm seeing up there. Do you have a sparkly green pair?
We have a golden green one up here. And he kind of like motions, and you see glowing behind one of the kind of blue algae, you can see some sort of like, it looks paper thin, but it's these cool fins that you could attach to your head that go quite long.
Quite nice. May I see them up close, please?
Yes, sure. And he kind of like swims up to the top, a la Hot Topic, and like pulls it off the ledge, and then swims back down, and then hands you over these beautiful crafted fins. It feels paper. It looks paper thin, but it has more of the texture of Lala's wings here. As you're looking at them, with kind of the large spokes through the tops of them and holes done in the correct places to make it look like fins. So.
Do you have a mirror?
Oh, yes. And he kind of swims over, and then you see him kind of like try to open something, and it kind of like smacks open as you realize it's like a shell, and just a very shiny shell that seems to have been buffed very, very heavily.
It makes my skin look glowing.
Oh, you look great. At least 70 years old.
I'll take it.
Very good.
Does it help you swim
Does it help you swim?
from your ears?
Oh no, I have to be
tend to
honest.
swim.
This is all just for you know, what my mom says for passerbys to have a fun thing to take home.
Cosmetic.
Yeah.
Souvenir shop.
It looks very nice on you, though.
It's very becoming, yes.
I'll get these for now and get a more legitimate thing later. How much?
And he kind of walks behind and like looks at, like opens this like kind of makeshift cash register that isn't even really a cash register. It's like a piece of coral with buttons on it. As he's like smacking it and it opens up, and he looks through and he kind of nervously looks up and he goes, 5 gold.
5 gold. You know, I'm afraid it's just a bit too out of my budget.
Ooh. You drive a hard bargain, miss. And he kind of looks through
I
again.
could give you 2.
3 gold.
2.
Okay. He takes the 2 gold.
Eton,
Am I doing good? Yeah.
is there anything that might be on the house?
Make a persuasion check.
Back the eyelashes.
16.
He rolled a natural 1. So
Everything is on the house.
as you say this, how are you saying it exactly? Are you leaning over the counter?
Eton,
Where did she learn this?
is there anything that might be
Lilith.
on the house?
Together.
Oh.
Too much.
Oh, is she flirting with me?
Yes, dear.
Oh my goodness gracious! You can have anything you want.
Ooh, what's your favorite fin in the fin shop?
The fin of my heart.
What's your second favorite fin?
Okay, that one. He swims over nervously, beads of water sweat coming from his head. As he swims over to one and grabs you this, it's a full body piece. It's like a half mermaid tail that goes all the way out. So you would slip it on and you would have like a full mermaid tail. As he kind of swims over and hands it to you. It's purple and it kind of wraps up into blue. It's like a spiral tail.
Thank you.
Thank you, lady.
Okay, ladies, let's go.
What?
Thanks, Eton.
Being a little heartbreaker. Oh my.
So So you guys are all in the street right now, in the main trade quarter. There's some to and fro bustling. Again, that eternal flame kind of burning in the center. This great fire that somehow is heating the water of the whole city, that isn't touched by water in itself. As you guys are kind of standing around here, you catch that there's also a couple of really cool looking shops on this actual street. Oh.
Make sure everyone can hear you.
Hey guys, what's up? But you catch there's quite a few shops. And you guys actually have gone like kind of and scouted out some of these places already. You've seen a place called Rocks and Sirens. You've passed a place that looks, besides the Coral Reef Bar that you were at, I think it was you or did you go or were you speaking to plants as well?
I wasn't speaking to plants.
Yes,
but
that was Lilith, correct.
I did pick up some special oil herbalism kit at the Coral Reef.
At the Coral Reef. And you've passed places like the Sea of Shells, the Divey Depths, the JV Doan's Locker, the Mermaidens, the Clam. There's a lot of different bars and restaurants and locations, and you guys feel like you can shop here willingly, find rest, and you guys know that you have at least the blessing of the council to have a safe night. So.
Perfect.
I was kind of excited to find a fin, even though I didn't really like those.
Like a more legitimate one.
Yeah.
I agree. Perhaps. I wonder how late the shops are open. Is it day or night down here? How are we supposed to tell?
It is hard to tell. You guys are in the depths of water here. The flame in the center has been glowing a constant color, but for the most part, it lets off, and there's enough light that emits from this section that you'd probably have to swim up to see exactly what time of day it is. There's like a constant kind of lukewarm look.
I mean, we could probably ask someone.
Do you have a sending stone?
Or do you?
I do.
Moira has
If
it.
there's one on the boat,
There is.
we could ask there.
That's true.
Take it out of the armor.
See if they want anything.
Hello? Gylon, if it's you, just tap on the stone. Okay, good. Can you, I'm not sure how you'll be able to tell us this. Tap once if it's daytime, tap two if it's night.
So, as you say that, you suddenly hear a voice, and you hear, God, I really wish I could talk.
I'm sorry, what? Wait, hang on. Gylon, hang on. Hang on, stop tapping.
Does that mean
I think I just heard your voice, Gylon.
What?
Oh, okay, perfect. I think the sending stone has some kind of a power. I can hear your voice now.
Wait,
I'm gonna lean
you
into
can
the
hear me
sending
talk,
stone.
I can hear you talk, Gylon.
but I'm not talking.
I think it might be your thoughts. I think the sending stone sends more than just.
mine?
Oh, please don't cry. Oh my God. We just wanted to know what time of day it was. I just wanted to know what time
Is
of
that
day it was,
Gylon? Is he crying?
It's okay.
It's fine.
It's perfectly fine.
I think it's happy crying.
I think it's happy crying. Gylon.
Yes?
Are you okay?
I think, this is awesome.
I'm very glad that you can talk.
What do I even sound like? I haven't heard my own voice in like years.
You sound like a man.
Okay, sweet, great. Oh, wow. Thanks for like letting me on your boat and stuff.
Of course, Gylon.
Yeah.
We needed a good sailor, and apparently you look like a good sailor.
Ask him if he'd like anything from
What?
down
We're
under.
in a fantastic city, and we were curious if you guys wanted anything.
How do I ask the guys if you can only hear me? How do I convey this thought to them?
Give the sending stone to Wine.
Yes. Pass the. You can get it back.
Okay, yeah.
We're gonna
Daylight.
say now that default.
Yeah, also,
you get the
like,
sending stone.
I almost just fell out of the crow's nest. I was so stoked.
Please
So,
don't fall.
yeah, okay, 1 second.
Wait. What time of day is it?
We'll find out from Wine.
Okay.
You tapped twice. What did that mean?
He tapped twice. I think it
night?
meant that it was night. Maybe nighttime.
So he climbs down. You can kind of wait. You wait a moment as he passes along to what it seems to be Walton. As you hear the voice very quickly with the stone, he goes, Hello? Anybody? Hello,
Walton.
Moira?
Oh, yes.
Moira?
Okay. Yes. Can you hear me?
Ah, yeah, I can hear you. Very
Okay.
good.
Okay,
Hello.
Walton.
Do you want to speak to Dranisha? How about you just talk to me? Because Dranishka's a little drunk, to be honest.
Of course. Understandable. Wish I was too. Walton.
Yep.
Does anyone on board want anything? We are in a fun underwater city. There are fins and things and pearls, I assume. And
Oh, that's a good
some
question.
thin ears, Walton.
You know, I think instead of getting fancy looking things with ears and with speaking, you know, to mermaids and stuff, if somebody could help us, just because we don't 100% know which direction to go in past this point, maybe a guide or something just out of the city would be a really great thing to have.
We can attempt to find a guide, sure.
Somebody who's very, very good looking, also.
Walton!
What?
Just about to compliment his
You know, she doesn't know
practicality.
anything. I'm just. Oh, God.
Walton!
Oh, God.
Yelling,
No. As you hear kind of some sort of noise.
Put the stone back!
Give it to wine.
Kelen!
Oh, Kelen.
It appears that he has been pulled. The last thing you heard was him getting yelled at by Dranisha in some way.
Good.
And the sending stone doesn't seem to work as well suddenly.
Hello? Please tell me you didn't break it. Hello? Somebody pick up the stone! Oh,
Well,
fuck.
he wanted a guide.
A guide.
I would have chosen something more fun, but I suppose guide's very necessary.
It's logical.
Quite.
We should
I
have a
can
guide.
admire logic.
Yes.
Wait, do we know which way we're
No, which is
gonna
why we need
go?
a guide.
That's true, yeah.
At least out of this area. I don't want to run into another whirlpool and actually fall into this one.
Well, what say you as we find some sort of inn? I quite like the idea of sleeping in a clam.
As they are on the street talking about this, and you're still trying to figure out what time of day it is, and you guys are all discussing this, you overheard them say the word, you're always looking for a customer and somebody to help out, and you overhear guide, and it just makes you look down the street, but you catch that one of them's a human, which there's some of them in town, but you know all the actual humans who live here. This one you realize definitely doesn't live here, and your interest is likely piqued just by seeing Moira saying the word guide.
Just tapping on the stone. Like, can somebody pick up, please? Is anybody in there? No?
Darling, where did you get that ring?
It's my family ring.
I'm sorry to bother. I saw a man wearing it once and spent some time with him and
I'm sorry,
ended
what?
up sending him on his way. I would recognize it anywhere. Sorry to interrupt. I'm Urchilia. It's a pleasure to meet you all.
What?
Pleasure to meet you. I'm Rowan.
Rowan,
My name is Fauna. Look at my tail.
a Fauna. That's wonderful.
Lala.
Lala, a pleasure. And our fine human here.
What?
That's Moira.
Moira.
No, hang on.
What?
Do you remember the family name of said gentleman?
What was
My
his name?
I'm afraid it's left my mind. There's no way I could possibly remember all of them. There's no way I could remember him. So many passes through this town, especially the humans. Are you sailors? Are you traveling somewhere?
I'd like to roll insight on her. She's making me nervous.
You can roll a persuasion check.
Oh, well.
21.
7.
A 7. Okay. She's not hiding her enthusiasm for Moira well. Like she's obviously well-intended, but there's something like she's captivated and honestly like wants to be near Moira right now. By
something
pure
fishy?
There's something fishy. You realize that she has fins on the sides of her legs, but she's actually walking on the ground with you, like walking around with you. You've seen some of these people around here who are almost like hybrid. You're not 100% sure of the race that they are, but she's kind of like walking around. She's wearing a very billowy dress that's kind of works with the water, and she's wearing beautiful jewelry that kind of dangles all different locations.
Do you suppose she's a sea hippie?
I don't know what a hippie is, but I trust you.
I'm sorry to overwhelm. My passion is humans. I I guess I've always sort of dreamt that perhaps I was one in another life, and so I can overwhelm sometimes. I apologize.
Going back. The insignia.
Yes,
You've seen it before?
that ring, that exact ring.
Okay. This was my father's ring.
Does she know your dad? What's your dad's name?
Do you know a man named Muirren?
It sounds very familiar. I would be more likely to know his face.
Square jaw,
Looks like this,
big mustache.
but a man.
Very similar, yes. He has a bit of a scar right here.
The scar I remember.
Okay. What? How do you know my father?
It was a time ago. He passed through town. We spent some time and then he left.
Spend some time. What does that mean?
What? I heard you mention that you were in need of a guide. It just so happens that that is what I do, and I would be more than happy to assist if
Now
in
I'm
any
gonna
way
roll
you need
insight
some
on.
help.
Oh.
8? Oh, roll a persuasion check.
Yeah. It's not getting any better. I got a 9.
9. Okay, well, that's almost an equal contest. So you do feel like, from what she's saying, at least you're intrigued more, but like you still have that, and you're trying to understand if she has this ulterior motive, but it doesn't seem, at least from first glance, that there is one.
Moira, was she friends with your dad?
I don't know. My father, back before we lived where we do now, he ran merchant ships.
It was many moons ago.
It was.
And he never told you about an underwater city.
He told me about a lot of things. I may have forgotten.
Well, how about for now, we'll discuss the possibilities of guiding. In the meantime, could you show us an inn where perhaps we could all get a drink, perhaps maybe get to know you a little better? And do you know if there's any B&B clams?
There is the gentle clam down the street.
That sounds lovely.
I think you would adore it. It is soft and probably more appropriate for ladies.
Agreed. Any objections?
I'd like to try out my fin to the gentle clam.
So
Lead the
you
way.
guys kind of all like look at each other in curiosity and agreement as you begin to swim through the water in the location of the gentle clam with all of its clam-like natures. It's almost like a modern-day equivalent of a spa where your whole body gets wrapped in seaweed, and it's a whole 5-star deep sea mask mud treatment. As you guys approach it, you can see right away it is in the shape of a clam. However, it's an open-faced like some sort of parlor. So as you approach it and you enter what opens and then closes, you can see that there's almost different hubs and sections and areas, like you're walking around, bad description, a Macy's, with all of the different sort of perfume stations and makeup stations. Everyone's being taken care of. It smells much nicer.
Do you think we can afford this?
I can get it.
I'm sure they don't charge you full price.
Lala, remember she just got that. Remember?
Well, I do think we
shouldn't
deserve to
say
treat
it out loud,
ourselves.
but let's do it.
What?
You recovered the treasure.
Oh yeah,
Thanks,
Did that
Lala.
go to the party fund?
most of it did.
Most of it did.
I wonder if there's like a penthouse
90%.
clam.
Penthouse clam.
As you guys were all talking, a very, very like a Jessica Rabbit looking mermaid like approaches as she swims closer. She goes, "Oh my darling, it's so good to see you."
It's a wonder. How are you?
I'm great. Mwah, mwah. Oh, I see you're bringing friends, as you do.
New friends from above the sea.
Oh, you know how I love things above the sea. I just loved the last piece you acquired for my palace. It's just beautiful.
I'm so pleased it brings you pleasure.
You have such an eye for these things. Oh, it's so good to meet you all. Please, please, please come. Discounted rate for the friends.
Of course, and this one's a human.
Ooh. She kind of swims nearby you and kind of like looks really close at your face.
Her name is Moira.
Moira. Oh, how exotic.
I'm just gonna take the sending stone out and go, there are so many mermaids here.
And she starts playing with your hair as well. And they're kind of, she's like, oh, but she could use a trim, couldn't she?
There are so many mermaids.
I may look like a mermaid because of my tail, but I am in fact a halfling.
They look to you, they kind of giggle.
That's lovely.
I know it could be confusing for you.
So you're of the human kind, but half of it.
That's quite a practical way to put it.
Yeah, I'm
Half
small.
size.
You are rather. It's adorable.
Thank you.
So the human.
I move in front of Moira, just slowly.
Like
I sense she's feeling
then
quite uncomfortable. Her dad
Yes.
might not have been as noble as he claimed.
as this is happening, these two mermaids, and you can hear kind of the laughing and the talking from all these different races, and people are kind of starting to come over and like talk to Moira, and there's like maybe 3 or 4 people around you right now, like just observing you in different ways.
Can we go to our room now?
Do you have a penthouse clam?
Oh, do you have a penthouse clam?
Oh, yes, the penthouse. Well,
How much?
A lot of us?
for all of you for a night, discount rate for the human, of course, as well. We'll say 50 opals.
Opals. Do you have an exchange?
Currency exchange.
Currency?
Oh,
kiosk.
We have gold.
You use gold where you're from?
Yeah.
Oh, sure. That would be, we can make it 20 gold here.
Oh, total for all of us?
Yes, normally it's a bit more, but why not?
How
as long
about
as,
10 gold?
What?
10.
No, darling, no. As long
Darling,
as you
the room
promise us good stories again the next time you come, I
course.
must hear them. And as long as you'll tell us a good story as well.
She's getting a good one brewing right now, actually.
Darling, the standard rate would be 40
Great
gold.
story.
I know, but sometimes people don't use the standard rate with me.
And we're not. Because you're adorable and you're with a human.
Thank you. And my tail.
Tail.
Methinks
I'm
Fiona's
gonna
gonna need a
just-
wee bit of humble pie.
All right, she takes it, she puts it in her bosom that you hear jingling in. And she,
As she's swimming, she's like,
Excellent.
as she kind of swims away, the other mermaids and other creatures kind of following her, and their curiosity clearly being diverted elsewhere.
Is she leading us, or is she just
She
swimming
seems
away?
to be swimming away right now. After a moment or two, some other people come nearby and offer to take your things and carry your items as they guide you nearby.
Clutching the sending stone like
This is fine.
You see
I will
her
take my items.
Please help me.
once more, and she kind of smiles to you guys and goes,
Kelen, please help.
I'm just
I
gonna
don't like being underwater.
take.
Thank you.
as you speak in the sending stone, you hear a voice that goes, what do you mean you don't want to? You're talking about other women. Moira? Moira?
Oh, is that wine?
No.
Oh, what was that?
Bad version of Dranisha.
Oh my god. I'm still underwater. I don't like it here.
What?
Baby,
I don't like it here.
I don't understand.
Don't like it
Give
here.
the sending stone to wine.
You hear.
I'm gonna take the sending stone from Moira.
No, I need
Moira,
it.
it's time for you. I will tell you, sometimes you just gotta cry it out.
No,
And then you
I
feel
need
better.
the little, I need it. I need a
It's breathe underwater and...
I don't like this. I don't like being underwater. I don't like it.
Perhaps you like
don't like it.
the room with the most privacy.
Try some of her oil, Moira.
Okay.
So as Rowan pulls out her oil and lights it underwater in the special way that
Still
it lights
getting the
up.
hang of it.
It's like a condensed algae, like true oil, crude oil, as you begin to smoke it.
Oh god, that tasted terrible.
Well, I didn't say it tasted good, but it'll make you feel great.
You suddenly do feel much better as all the colors underwater but like illuminate even further. You're seeing kind of almost like the underwater experience for what it is. It's like opens up the mind a little as you're enjoying it, looking around the shells and the space.
This is fine. I'm fine.
Aye, quite fine.
Really fine?
This is okay.
Would you like to be finer?
No. I'm going to sit down.
You do so, and as this is happening, people, women, men of all different sorts, these sea creatures come by and are taking care of you guys, and just making sure that you're clean and you have all the items that you requested to be brought up to your penthouse are taken there.
Is there a clam spa?
Yes, well, there's like bubble
I need a
baths.
spa.
With the little blowholes from the coral.
It's like underground bubble baths. So it's like, it appears to be a blowfish that's just blowing out all these bubbles nearby that you could approach and get a full blowfish bubble bath if you'd like.
Oh, I'd like a blowfish bubble bath for sure.
Do any of you like seaweed colladas?
I don't know what it is, but I want
Let's
it.
give it a try.
I forgot to warn you about the munchies.
If it's alcoholic, I want it.
Well, yes, it is fermented.
Perfect. I want one. Also, we need to have a talk.
Yes, I'd love to.
I need you to tell me all about your experiences with my father. All of it.
Ooh, I don't know if you want to know all of it.
All of it.
Right
Just
away, the
want to
other
have a
one
little-
hands you guys all the
just a-
seaweed drinks.
Ooh, I'm gonna eavesdrop.
This is a vacation.
Tell me.
Why not listening?
You are very pretty. What do you do?
Okay. No, you're going away from my question. You're going over here, and I need you to come back here.
I feel compelled to find out where all of you are from.
I feel compelled to ask you again. Tell me about your experiences with my father.
I feel compelled to have another one of these.
I think that's
Wait,
a
you only get one.
One
Just
for
the
now.
one.
But I'll give you a wee bit.
I don't mean to
No!
avoid your question. darling. I don't know that it's the sort of thing
One
you would
corruption
like
at
to
a time.
hear.
Did you have sex with my father?
I didn't not have sex with your father. Oh. Your father was a kind and gentle and wonderful man with whom I enjoyed many a day and many a tide.
She like scrambles over the chair and goes to Fauna and like, give me the stone. I'm going back up. Give me the stone.
Vacation
Give
time.
me the stone. Please, give me the stone. Give me the stone.
Okay, here, bye.
Go on, send on a rope. I'm coming back up. I don't want to be here anymore. I don't.
No, she's
no, I'm leaving.
fine.
I'm going to leave now.
as
I'm
you
going to
feel
leave now.
these emotions, you feel another wave of whatever you had smoked of Rowan's like overcome you, as you suddenly feel relaxed once more and like you just want to enjoy the spa and the colors.
Is it like
But it's peaks and valleys as you're experiencing with whatever you smoked.
Are there human men on your
She
ship?
just stopped.
No.
Oh.
Roll a deception check. As you guys attempt roll an insight check.
Oh. 17.
Okay.
Wait, what am I
A
rolling?
deception.
15.
Okay.
4.
4? Yeah, I guess there's no male humans up there.
I'm sorry those aren't treating you very well.
I'm gonna switch this one out. This one.
Dice jail.
Maybe you could give Moira some yellow liquid. Who has it?
Moira has it.
have it.
Moira, would you like a drink of your yellow?
No.
What is this yellow liquid? It sounds delightful.
It's something we stole from the frat party.
We didn't steal anything.
Party
Just
with
holding
young
my
men.
rock.
Oh, that's
Holding
lovely.
They
my
were
rock.
tieflings.
Teeth?
Teeth.
Teeth.
They have horns.
Horns. Oh, well, that sounds lovely.
They're kind of scary, actually.
Oh. Well, sometimes the scariest things are often the friendliest.
Tell us more about yourself. Your name.
I'm gonna just lead Moira to the spa area.
To like the nice one with like the full seaweed wrap and like
Yeah.
the back
We're
massage.
gonna finish this. We're gonna have some relaxation.
I need some
time.
more.
Right away, as you guys are beckoning for more drinks, it's like there's many different people here catering to you, making sure that you're taken care of. Someone comes by and takes one of the oysters, cracks it, and pours more within.
Hey, Rowan, look over there.
No. Got a few years on you, Missy.
I'm just gonna pretend this is my rock.
You're sending stuff.
So do tell us more about yourself. You are a guide, and
And I.
everyone's a slasher these days.
I suppose I, more than anything, originated as a collector. My collection is now in a store called Nix and Nax that's full of, well,
Nix-a-dax. Nix-dax.
sure.
She certainly
Bits and
collected my
bobs.
father.
Your father collected me, darling.
Oh,
Is it like a curio cabinet of Nix and Nax? Like, do you have parts belonging to other species? Taxidermy, perhaps? Like, what sort of Nix and Nax?
If a human made the taxidermy, I would have it. So there are a few items. Some came with water damage as they travelled underwater. Some, however, are well preserved.
Look at these things.
There are a few species there.
Well, I might quite like to see your collection sometime.
my sending
I'd love to
stash.
show it to you.
Very intrigued.
Yes. Well, it's not far from here.
Perhaps tomorrow. In the meanwhile, what's the farthest you've ever journeyed from here?
Oh, gosh.
If one were trying to get to a painful light, does that mean anything to you?
Make a history check if you're thinking about this and.
While they're talking, I could try and steal Rowan's drink.
17.
Oh, really? All right, roll a stealth check, and then what's your passive perception?
13.
13. Okay, and what did you roll?
17.
17. Okay. So as this is happening,
19.
okay, you successfully swap it out. So you take your empty drink and swap it out for Rowan's full one. You have now a full drink of the oyster seaweed mix.
Oh boy. Drunken fun.
As you're thinking about this, you're thinking of a painful light, and you've heard of this place before. You know that it's a land, but you haven't been. You're water-based. You haven't really gone in that direction. But from the travels and the sailors that have come through in different ways, you've been able to kind of gather and understand the terrain. It's a place called Eltergard. That would sound right to you. You're trying to think of the other questions, if there was like a painful light in the other direction. The only other time you've ever seen or heard of a painful light would be underwater, but you avoid those because those are creatures that you don't want to go towards.
Okay, cool.
I'm just buying Moira alcohol.
Just drink after drink.
What's
feel
in
better.
Eltergard? What type
Eltergard?
of creatures?
It's mostly humans, which is why you are a fan of that location and all the stories that have passed through from there.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I believe perhaps you may be talking of Eltergard.
Perhaps.
What is there? Is there a reason? Is that your immediate destination?
That's what she's talking about, because that's what Edna said. Oh.
I heard both of you just now. Just saying that.
Can I have you make a constitution check, Fauna?
Okay.
Oh
11.
11. Okay, so as you say that, you slip off the chair that you're on and fall down, and then like all the people taking care of you get a little worried and concerned and put you back on it.
Fauna down. Fauna.
I'm not used to my tail yet.
Darlings, would you please surround her with cushions? That would be helpful.
Oh yes, they kind of all the mermaids kind of surround you with different.
It's like a pillow.
It is several pillows.
Can I still see them?
Yeah, you guys are kind of again. It's almost like an open foyer
glass.
where there's different stations,
empty
so you're able to
now.
all see each other
I'll
through all the
bet.
crystal.
Oh, would you look
Around.
at that? My glass is empty now, too.
This happens sometimes.
Can I say I blame the little one?
Guide on.
She's nursing.
Another round of seaweed
Garland.
coladas, please.
Of course. As they go around and hand you all one, yours appears to be a different color this time.
I wink very subtly to them.
Are you there? Are you there, Gylo? Is anyone there?
She's speaking into the 20, by the way, the actual 20. It's right next to her lips.
Are you there? I'm very uncomfortable. And a little drunk.
Why is it always about Gylon?
He's the most level-headed of them.
What creature is Gylon?
You know, we
He's a
caught him as a
person.
slave.
He's a person. A regular person.
A person, a regular person?
He's just the only one that isn't stupid.
Oh. Oh, and he's on your ship?
No, he's not. He's dead.
Oh.
Roll it just. I don't even think you're trying to deceive.
No, not at all.
Just roll it. Just
Don't
roll
answer
a
me.
straight charisma check.
Okay.
Can I have you roll an insight once more, please?
Oh, yes.
18.
Still a 2 on.
Yeah, I mean, it's confusing. There's
rolled a
clearly
6.
no humans. Yeah, you're not.
No.
It all adds up to you.
Oh, your person died.
He was
Got
my
Gylon.
person and he's no longer living to me.
Oh.
If you don't answer me, you're dead to me.
If you don't answer, you're dead to me.
Is this sending stone broken?
Maybe they just dropped it.
Or maybe I'm broken.
No, darling,
My
you're
heart
wonderful.
is broken.
You want a seaweed wrap?
We're all broken. Oh my.
Drunk wise.
Anybody want more seaweed drinks?
No.
As shots are getting passed around.
No. No.
I don't like it in the
You're
water.
gonna be sick. Quite
It's
sick.
seagrass shots, so
Oh.
they help hopefully.
Thank you.
I don't want this.
All right, so Eltergard, it might be on our way. I believe it's on our
Sad
way.
mummy.
And it's an option. Just perusing our options.
You do know, however, if they're going in that direction, there is a very distinct set of islands in
The
that.
Pirate Isles?
The Pirate Isles. That does not sound like a friendly place.
Oh, it's very... Yes, you're right. But what I can do is... I'm something of a sorceress, so I could create a cover of perhaps fog and wind, give the illusion that we're gods of some form and get us through.
I'll consult with our captain and see if that might be of use.
You can't consult with the captain because it's broken. No.
Lala,
No.
I need to try.
No.
Moira,
No.
they're gonna wrap you in seaweed.
I don't want to be in seaweed.
it's quite
You'll feel
detoxifying.
nice.
I don't like it.
You'll feel it'll be good.
I want some water.
Yes.
You're surrounded by water, darling.
Drinking water.
Oh.
Non-salt
Oh,
water.
yes, of course.
Fresh.
And she kind of, one of the main mermaid women, Shyla, kind of flies
Can I
all the way
look
back
at
and comes back with more regular water.
Don't break it.
Just
Oh,
Let me.
I heard that your room is ready if you wish to
Yes.
enter it. If you don't mind, it'll just take a moment. As you see her take something that looks like a
no,
very
give it back.
thin straw and like blow out of it and create like a pathway up to whatever penthouse rooms within the clam shell for you.
The coolest trick I've ever seen. Underwater.
Well, you need a way to get up there, so follow the current.
Thank you.
I'm gonna try to slide.
Can I get another?
Yes, of
Room
course.
service.
I'm gonna try to sleight of hand the setting stone into my pouch so Moira
Okay.
doesn't see.
I
Yeah.
want it.
And what's your passive perception?
13.
Okay.
Much better.
Would that be sleight of hand or stealth?
Stealth. Well, no, sleight of hand if you're trying to take something off someone.
Well, no, I already have it in my hand.
The setting stone?
Yeah, I have the
She-
setting stone. I'm
she-
just trying to put it in my pouch.
That would be sleight of hand as well, because you're
Okay,
trying to pocket
14.
it. 14? Okay, so that hits the ability to kind of hide it and pocket it without anyone noticing. Moira, you're a little absorbed in the highs and the lows of the
the
drinking
alcohol.
and the oil.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, in the alcohol.
So you guys all follow the current as she's just kind of waiting there, like motioning to it. And you guys get like the moment, who's the first person to put their foot in? Maybe you lead the way since you're used to this.
Yes.
And you dive head first into the it's almost a white-looking current that kind of cascades up towards one of these doors in the clamshell section. And it appears, as you're realizing this, the bottom of the shell is the kind of clear, crystal-looking Macy's store spa, but then the top is actual, like, hovered pockets of rooms, and you see a very large section of a room that, like, kind of goes up to the ceiling. So as you jump into the white current, it brings you in it's a fun, enjoyable experience, especially after you've had 2 of these seaweed drinks.
Yes.
You get sucked right like a slide into the main penthouse foyer, which you actually have not been in yet. And as you slide into the foyer, you see it's all like pinks and corals and oranges. It's gorgeous. It's the top of the clam, so you're able to look above it. It's translucent because it has been buffed so much that you can see through on all the sea life and creatures above you. So it's like looking at a coral reef as slowly everyone else enters as well.
I'm not sure about this one. However, she does seem like she might be able to tell us the way to Eldergard.
That could be helpful.
Where's my rock potato?
And with that, I dive in the current.
The rock potato, the one that
I don't know what you're talking about.
talking into.
Rowan comes out next on the slide.
I don't remember you having a potato.
It was a
Welcome to your
rock.
room.
It was a rock shaped like potato. What's this?
I don't know what you're talking about.
So I want a potato.
Do you guys have potatoes down here?
I'm afraid we have sea potatoes.
What's a sea
Uh,
potato?
sea cucumbers.
No.
Sea.
As the 2 of you guys had apparently also jumped into the current speaking to your friend here, can I have the 2 of you guys make a dex saving throw to see how on this slide how you've cascaded into it? 10.
18!
18. All right, so Moira, you kind of go in head first, but then being as tiny as you're, the slide kind of pulling you in a way where you have no control. You kind of hit right against the back of Moira as you pop into the room.
Wouldn't that fine?
Is that the other way in?
It appears to be the only way right now.
I send a little sound bubble
And your little
down
tail.
to tell her to go.
Your tail kind of flies. It almost falls off at one point. You have to pull it back up on you. Slide in. And you're the last one on that slide, and you kind of ricochet off of it.
Here, Fauna, have a sit over here. Oh, someone get her an empty shell.
Did I get another drink?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Oh, okay. Yes.
Well, just
Did you
keep
drink
this
it already?
close by just in case.
There's a whole dry bar. It's not a wet bar here, but there's a whole dry bar of all different, and not the hair one, just like actual alcohol. That is over in a corner as you're asking about more alcohol. It's a penthouse suite. It's very nice.
I'm going to get another drink.
This is very fancy.
You also catch that the only bed is like a triple-size king bed where everyone technically would like sleep on top of a clamshell, but it's almost circular
I
looking.
call Middleseas. I've always wanted to sleep in the plump of a clown.
What?
The plump. Come bounce on it with me.
No, that sounds inappropriate.
Oh, I grab her and I drag her. I'm dragging her by the cape.
Your father loves the plump of
No! I'm trying to help
I'm going to be sick.
Excuse me, Coach Elia.
Yes.
Maybe don't mention her dad anymore.
You are brilliant as you are tiny.
And then I lean over and throw Ellie.
Just a delicate little...
I'm so embarrassed.
I'm embarrassed too. My father was sleeping with a fish.
We're not going to mention your
But also,
That's an insult.
I will. And I don't like it.
As you are a human, I will find that endearing.
Endearing.
Yes, I will. She walks to the window and breathes deeply.
You see the bubbles slowly coming out of her mouth.
okay, Moira, time to lie down now.
Usually she would destroy a person for saying
I
so.
don't like that.
Moira,
She slept with my father.
I'm going to lie down too. Come on.
I don't want to lie down.
What do you want to do?
I'm going to be alert.
Well, you've already broken that, haven't you?
No, I haven't broken that.
It's how many?
I don't know.
recommend me?
You're kind of jumping on the bed in the center, and you realize that every time you're like jumping in the center, it kind of hurts, like your feet. As you like take a moment and you look down and you like pull back the cover and you realize that the center is like a pearl-shaped center. So it's like a hard center, but you also can look down and you can see everyone like getting spa treatments through the little pearl in the center.
Lala, come look. First of all, there's a pearl.
Ooh.
I don't know how, loose it is.
I will definitely check that in a little bit.
I thought you might like to know.
Thank you.
Also, Moira, come look at all the blowfish spa treatments happening.
No, thank you.
Ooh, the parts look a little. I don't think we should be seeing that. Perhaps
Yeah,
it's
maybe
not
cover
meant
it
to be
back up.
seen.
Cover it back up.
Shh.
Darling,
What did I say about one corruption at a time?
I didn't know.
don't be afraid to watch if you're curious. It's the reason the window's there.
Is this like a in the lifestyle
We're at a brothel.
sort of?
Is this a brothel?
I was thinking like a swingers club.
I don't get your meaning. It's not a brothel unless you'd like to solicit gentlemen to come to your room, in which case it would become one, in which case we should not tell the people that own the place.
Okay,
no,
so
no,
it's
no.
not a brothel.
No, no.
It's not
No,
a
no,
brothel.
no,
It's
no,
okay.
no,
Okay.
no.
No, I'm not
no.
suggesting. Oh gosh, I've traumatized you.
She's broken.
As
We
you
broke
guys
Moira.
see this, you catch that
wanna show
the
your head?
reef above you, as well as the pearl below that you guys were peeking through, the lights dim from this like orange glow to like a more subdued, like a yellow-green glow, almost as if it's turning into what would be the equivalent of a night here.
The tide is moving. It's almost time to sleep.
Tide, is that your word for night? What
The tide
humans call
comes and
night?
goes with the moon. For us, often it's easier to feel the tide than it is to see the moon.
That makes sense. All right, well,
Are you staying here or are you leaving or what?
I've taken a room. I'll meet you in the morning.
It was very nice to meet you.
A pleasure.
goody, good tide.
And you jump onto one of the tides that exit, and you get sucked back into that slide that lets you back into the main section. As you guys take the night to recover in different ways, it's a beautiful penthouse suite. I mean, you can look above you and see everything, translucent and pearl. You can look beneath you
Can
and
they see up my robe? Do you suppose they can see up, or is it like a one-way?
I have no idea. Wait. Okay, wait.
The pearl.
So the pearl, you can see.
yes, just in the section in the center of the actual bed, you can look down and you can see the whole
Okay.
spa.
So let's just not stand directly over that part of the bed.
I don't know why I'm helping you try to steal a pearl. Perhaps you're rubbing off on me. It is very pretty.
I'm gonna see how loose it is.
The little panel.
Little pearl.
Yeah.
Let's not steal
They have been
You take a
quite
moment, you
nice.
kind of hit it a few times. It looks like it's kind of soldered quite heavily with whatever sort of, but it could crack. But it does like let out, like the pearl in itself is what you use to look down.
Oh.
Listen,
Let's see if it's magical
Seafood poo.
first.
let's not steal from this place.
We won't.
Want to roll an Arcana
Because then
check?
they're gonna
Yeah,
come
sure.
after us.
You're fine.
I've had enough of mermaids.
9.
9? You're looking for any sort of symbol or some sort of translucent kind of thing on it, and you don't see anything other than pearl. Just a very beautiful, almost like translucent pearl, no sort of writing on it.
Is my hand shiny?
Is it? No. It's all right. I don't need it.
All right, so
I'm gonna stare at it.
as you guys spend the night to recover from the kind of almost 5-star experience that this place was, both in terms of refreshment or sickness, depending on how much drinks you had per your refreshments.
Or seaweed grass shots for this one.
But you wake up in what you feel like is the equivalent of the morning as your eyes open
Drink it down.
above you.
I know it's your 5th, but trust me.
You can do. Can't you do like lesser restoration or something?
Yeah, but that seems like a waste. I'm gonna tough it up.
There's the spirit.
One more grass shot.
Welcome to your first hangover, little one. Not so much fun.
Make a
is it?
Constitution saving throw again as you're drinking the seagrass. Excuse me. Too drunk.
Dice
Was the
everywhere.
seagrass alcoholic too? Or
No,
was it like
No.
a wellness shot?
Yeah, it was a wellness shot.
16.
16. Okay, so you take this seagrass drink and you're able to hold it in just enough, and it seems to settle and calm.
I'm never drinking again.
You made
a
me
good-
smart.
That's a good thing.
But look at my tail.
It is very nice.
Tail's lovely, a bit crumpled. I think you slept with it on. But I'm sure once you get to swim, the current will probably straighten it out.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, it doesn't. It does look like it needs a little bit of ironing into my say. As you guys are looking up, you can see that the kind of translucent wall above you has the colors are seems the same colors that it was when you first entered, kind of the warm reds and ambers. So you have a feeling that you probably can exit into the city and it's bustling once more as you guys through the slide and enter the main foyer. You see there's not a lot of people here in the morning. It's mostly patrons walking around to and fro. Some people seem to have been there the whole night, maybe getting the grade A treatment. But you do catch that your newfound friend is standing at the door kind of waiting for you guys to appear.
Good, not tide. What do you call morning?
Early tide.
Good early tide. Is that a breakfast buffet I smell?
It is. Would you like to join?
I surely would.
Excellent. Let's join them.
Okay. So, where are you guys heading? Right outside, or do you guys want to get more? I'm sorry, I just missed that because I was like reading
She's,
something.
she smells the breakfast buffet. So,
Oh, you guys are doing the buffet. Well, then I'll pull up my buffet notes.
A girl's got to eat.
A girl that has got to eat. You guys walk nearby. It's a lot of different mixtures of what would be the equivalent of like a sea bass, but it's not fishy. It's all stuff that looks like fish, almost cakes and things shaped like different fish, but like they don't want to actually kill the fish. So everything here is made out of different plant life. So it's bright colors and clearly used like different sort of algae, like grounded up and made into mash and paste, and then things kind of baked in whatever way they bake here. So it looks like fish cakes and different sort of sea basses and all different fish of all different colors, but not actually fish.
You'd think we'd get sick of them being surrounded by them, but we like to shape things like them also. It's
I
a
love it.
cultural
I've never
thing.
seen a plant-based breakfast buffet. Usually it's always like eggs, bacon. I'm a vegetarian. So I'm always on the lookout for some plant-based yummies.
Lovely. Yes, no, the eggs are
would be
needed
a-
to breed the children, so we can't eat them here.
Right.
The
I have
young
many
fish.
questions about that process to be had later. Meanwhile, what would be your personal favorite?
My personal favorite. Well, the pink algae fish cakes.
Ooh, and what are those made of?
Well, they
Pink algae.
pink algae.
And there's also it's like golden algae too, so it like glitters a little bit in the light. So it's very pretty.
We got glitter. You must have one.
Okay.
And then the center is a little squid ink. The
that
tasty
vegetarian?
kind. It's not vegan, but it's close enough.
I'll try it.
It's given willingly from the squids.
Oh, they provided. They have a
Cruelty-free.
surplus. Yes, they sell it. It's a wonderful system because they have so much of it, and it saves them letting it off when they don't want to. Because sometimes they're not that careful, and things can get a little
Whoopsie
murky down here.
daisies.
If they're
All
walking
right,
around.
I make Fauna a plate too.
As you guys are kind of taking
A
food
sampler.
and everything, there's a deep-looking shadow that kind of passes over the shell and then takes a moment as everyone's breath within the actual space is held. And then everyone releases it after the shadow disappears.
Is it one of the things with all the eyes? And the... What is it called? We just fought one with Sylvia. Is that...
Perhaps let's not focus on the shadow for now.
We could help.
Perhaps we should know what the shadow is, given we fought one before.
One, I doubt you'd have fought one of those.
We fought a shadow thing with a lot of eyes and a lot of teeth.
It possessed me for a time. It had a fog that came off of it and poisoned us.
Perhaps you know your friend Sylvia. Our friend Sylvia.
She just
With
took
the
care
council?
of one.
Sylvia's on the High Council.
Sylvia.
Yeah.
Yes, she's, of course. I mean, it's a small community, but everybody knows Sylvia. She's a
I'm
darling.
sure she could vouch. I'm pretty sure we.
She helped us fight it.
It looked similar.
I wasn't saying that I didn't believe you. I was simply impressed and shocked. You must be quite skilled.
We are.
Well,
And
kudos.
we did fight it, and we won.
Oh, well, that is wonderful. If we come across one that isn't quite so close to the structures of our city, perhaps we could consider engaging. But the damage that would be done being in such close proximity to the families would not be worth it.
Understandable. I don't think we should put anyone in danger.
No, it's.
No, I don't want to.
And you can see that it's changed the atmosphere within the actual spot itself. People are trying to kind of clean up and get their minds shook from whatever experience that was.
I definitely don't want to seek one out.
If we can, before we leave, I'd love to find a way to help you.
Thank you. We will always take on any suggestions or help that are available. As long as it's just not too close to the schools and the buildings and anything fragile.
Of course.
They wreak a great deal of havoc on our outer communities. The farmers and people who are a little more prone. Many of them have had to come closer to the city, and it's damaged their lifestyles beyond what you could possibly imagine. Restricted much of our food supply.
Well, we don't like them either.
Yes, no,
We do not. While they're eating, I want to just take her aside and say, I understand that last night I said something that was derogatory to your people, and I did not know, but that was no excuse. I apologize. Everything that I have learned has put me at a little bit of a disadvantage, but it was not something I ever should have said, and I'm sorry.
No, I should have been more discerning with my tales. I should have said no more when you questioned me.
I am
I
persistent,
simply
so
wanted to appease you, and I too apologize. Thank you.
you don't need to apologize for anything. Trust me. I need to learn when to say no to a drink.
And right as you say that, a drink is brought nearby for all of you guys. And you realize quite quickly that another round would be in order if you stick around.
I will just stick with
I can have one.
non-alcoholic things.
You have one.
I'm fine. I didn't drink at all last night.
Oh, you're lucky.
I had one. I'm
So as you guys exit onto the main street and walk around, and you just kind of give them the tour and point out different locations and temples and shops and things of that sort, I'll have everybody here just roll a quick perception check as you guys are looking around.
Ooh, not 20.
8.
8.
11.
11?
11.
And
9.
9. Okay, so you,
Seabird.
having everyone walking around and the stimulus is there and your spirits are kind of livening up from that experience, Lala, you have in the back of your mind that that thing isn't far. And so as you guys are flying, you kind of look around and behind you and you see deep, somewhere on the far cusp of your vision, something that looks like a shadow that dissipates off in the corner. Somewhere kind of, it almost looks to be a solid 500 feet away from maybe where the actual bubble exists, but you see it and you catch it and you see it's,
And it just goes off.
yes, it's hovering.
That shadow thing is hanging around.
They don't usually stay this long unless they're planning to attack.
Do they do that often?
More frequently than we'd like, but at a point that we can withstand so far.
What are they after? What's their favorite target?
They mostly try to hit near the capital, but as mentioned, the outlying cities where things are more vulnerable.
And you know for a fact that the mythal that you guys are based around, for some reason they can't go through the protective barrier of the city as much as they would like. Like, there's been moments that they've sent, or something has come in and stirred up trouble, but thankfully, for the most part, the barrier is able to keep these things out.
We're safe within the barrier, but beyond that, they tend to try to pluck off whatever they're able. We couldn't tell really what specifically they're after. No one has found anything conclusive.
Perhaps we could create a diversion away from the city and just... I don't know much about them, but is there perhaps a way to have them come after us away from the schools and...
I'd rather just take it out. Because then they won't have to worry about it in the future. Not here, obviously, but...
How many are there, though? Are they forever?
I hope not forever. Do you know how many there are?
I couldn't tell. They all look the same. I've never seen more than 2 at a
What
time.
exactly are these things? I need you to tell us everything you know.
Yes, you can make an intelligence check real quickly. You guys remember that Sylvia did mention that there were a couple of them.
Yeah.
Well then. I rolled a 3. It's a little 11 down here. Can I do anything with that?
Unfortunately, you have not, in your experiences, the only thing you've done with these things is avoid them. They're trouble, you let the council take care of them, and for the most part, you finding something like this has not been on your wish list because these things are destructive and they wreak havoc, so you've just been avoiding them as much as you can.
It's probable that I should have spent more time contemplating a strategy against them, but I have simply allowed the government to deal with them until now.
How
Perhaps we
many
should
did
have
Sylvia say there were? Did she know a number?
She didn't give any exact numbers,
A couple.
but maybe we could see if our friends on the boat could sort of draw it towards them, and we could just join forces.
I'd be worried about losing the boat.
Oh, yeah.
We are pretty far away. We should... Where is my sending stone? We should let...
I pull it out of my pouch. It's my sending stone. I found it.
Okay. Then, okay. I understand. I vaguely remember that I was being inappropriate with it. Let them know that there's something out there that they should avoid. I don't know how good a fighter any of our companions
I wonder, did anyone
from
have the stone?
I have no idea.
I know you're yelling into it for a while,
I
and there
do
was
not
no
remember anyone
answer.
saying anything back, but that might have just
Do you
been
remember
because I was-
Gylon's voice, though?
I do remember that. Now that's an interesting story.
That was
No,
crazy.
Very
Hello.
interesting.
Hey.
Hey, who's this? Is it
It's
Moira?
No, it's Lala.
Oh, hi. Hey.
Is this Gylon?
Yeah.
Gylon's alive?
It's me. Hey.
This is wonderful news.
It's his
Yes,
ghost.
it is. We thought he went overboard. This half-orc. friend of
Gylon's
ours.
alive?
It must be
Shocking.
his ghost.
I don't think it's
Roll a deception check too, you guys. Roll another insight.
This is good.
22. Oh, no. 19. Oh my goodness. 12. Gylon is a half-orc and I guess he's alive.
Oh,
No, he's a ghost.
I just believe everything you guys tell me.
What a big half-orc
the
ghost
surface
we have
is a
aboard
very
now.
weird place. It's a very weird place above the water.
Anyway, hey, Gylon.
Anyway,
Hey, so you can hear me. Lala, hey. I'm so happy to be talking to you. This is just such a weird experience, and I'm so happy I found the stone. It was on the ground, and something weird happened, and then Dranisha fell on top of Walton, and now they've been downstairs for a bit.
Oh, yeah, that happens. That is gonna happen.
Okay.
fell on top
Yeah.
of Walton.
I mean,
It's
Can I hold on to
It is,
this and
it is.
stuff? Because otherwise I have no voice, you know.
sure.
Cool.
You can be the in charge of the other half.
Did I call it a rat potato?
Yeah, you did.
Oh,
Then she put it in her satchel to keep it away from you.
Makes
Yeah.
sense.
Anyway.
I'm glad you did.
Remember that shadow thing that we fought?
Oh yeah, that thing sucked.
Yeah, well, there's more.
Oh gosh. Oh, okay, so what do you need me to convey to the group?
Stay away from it.
Say, don't go near it.
Okay, I will do that. Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Keep everyone safe. Just make sure they're away from it.
Okay.
I don't want the boat getting injured and you guys either.
Okay, sounds good. You guys kind of convey all of this information to him, and he seems to respond to it in a way he's going to try his best to make sure that the ship is hidden or off track, or just people are on high alert from these shadows.
Gylon, how's Mr. Bubbles?
So you hand the stone, and just so you guys know, this is all this can all be mental talking. The sending doesn't have to be out loud. So you guys are always welcome to say stuff in your own head.
Gylon, how's Mr. Bubbles' sneaker?
Gylon, you can
Only
answer
one, but
her.
he can only talk to one person at one time. And she asked, and she held the stone, and he doesn't respond.
Okay, let me take it.
Okay, I guess he's gone. He's dead again.
Gylon,
Can you just let her know that I can't talk to you or something? I just feel really bad.
it's okay.
She's
okay.
really nice and stuff, but
It's okay.
she's 10.
She's 13, but yes, I understand she is very, 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 very young. She also may have found a bow down here. I don't know. Anyway,
Oh God, that's great. Please bring him along.
Are they safe?
I don't. Sure, just I'll pay for him to stay on board. I don't.
Gylon, it's okay. Calm down.
He's a
I'll just say
merman.
that only Lala and I have the magical ability to hear you. We'll figure it out.
Okay, cool.
Are
yeah,
they safe? Are they
you guys
safe?
are good at the lion
Hey,
thing, so do
hey,
that.
Hey,
Yeah.
are they safe? The Mr. Bubbles and
Oh,
Sneaker.
yeah, the zombie and the skeleton.
Yes.
Yeah, they're cool. They're around. They're alive. They're just kind of standing nearby that door.
I just wanted to make sure my spell worked from down here.
They are safe. They're perfectly safe, and they're still doing their job.
Okay, good.
Yes. Okay, bye.
Darling, we need to have a conversation about how to deal with men.
Yes, please. Okay, what do you have to say?
Sweetheart, the way that I was with Moira is not how one should interact with a man. I lost myself intrigued by her humanity, but...
Were you hitting on me?
No, no, you're misinterpreting all of that. I'm just saying that...
Imagine you were really friendly.
I got extremely excited to see a human. Now, no matter how excited you are to see a man, you must keep it under wraps, just a touch. Open the door for a conversation, perhaps drop a handkerchief or something that they might help you with, and then when they assist you, converse with them, but let them lead the conversation. Once you give them an opener, they'll gladly talk to you.
What if they don't talk?
They generally...
Like, don't say words because their tongue's missing.
Hey,
what
you
use?
with your perception of 8, Eton had been trailing you for some time. Planned this actually. He's kind of like hovering, he's swimming nearby, and he kind of overhears this conversation, and he goes, "Hey, hi, I was looking for you. You walked away, and I forgot that you had the tail, so I was looking for like somebody without a tail for so long."
That's so funny because I have the tail.
Now you have a tail, and I forgot.
That's hilarious.
My parents yelled at me and stuff, but they said it was cool as long as, they said, you can't give it to all cute ladies who come through the store, Eton, but,
Oh, bud.
are you leaving? You guys going?
We might have to.
We may have to leave. I'm sorry.
Oh gosh. Oh no. Oh, can you pick up my handkerchief for me for a second?
Eton, darling,
I'm doing it.
the wrong way around.
Oh.
How are your parents?
They're good, miss.
Okay.
Oh, gosh. He swims over to you and he goes, remember that talk we had about, like, humanity and stuff?
Yes, darling.
Like, is this a human?
It's half of one.
Okay.
It seems quite
I just don't think I'm doing a good job.
No, you know what?
Is it, did I not clean up well enough? Or did I not scrub?
It is a simple thing, darling. All women want is to feel safe. To
Oh.
feel safe.
Okay, hold on.
So you gave her a tail. That's a
should I
nice
go hug her?
start. Just give her the knowledge that you'll keep her safe.
Okay. He kind of, like, swims backward and, like, turns back around.
Here's your handkerchief. Oops.
He sits down, he picks it up, and he goes, thank you for my handkerchief. And we'll take a break there.
Oh my god. Fauna flirting is the
Amazing.
And we have an amazing guest who's
And he brought me when I went to get a tissue. I'll go grab
So
it.
I had to join a whole other show to get a treat from you? Is that how this works?
Sundays.
We have your Postmates stuff.
This is amazing.
Holy moly.
I need to have a piece of all of it. Kyle, come on into the frame. Come say hello.
Oh my gosh. Allie, any of them? Because cupcakes are my favorite thing, so you guys go
I call
first.
this one.
Get your raffle entries in,
Raffle
because we're
entries.
gonna draw at the end of the break.
How long does the break go?
So Kyle plays for Maze Arcana as well.
Oh, make sure you unplug your mic.
I'm eating it.
Fun thing, Kyle was in the room,
Wait,
and
what are
there's
all
a
the
movie
different?
coming out called Disaster Artist. Did you see it, Kyle?
Yes, I have. That is salted caramel vanilla. That is chocolate. That is pumpkin. That
Yeah,
is
it's being
vanilla
weird.
vanilla.
I'll share.
Oh my god, this is my split.
Do we have like a little
There's a
knife
knife
thing?
right there on the plate.
Oh yeah.
There's one on
Yes.
the plates.
Do you want to do like a half?
Yeah,
Yeah.
or like a quarter.
So
More people can try
Kyle,
it.
thank you so much.
I did not make these, just so you know.
You didn't make them?
I did not. I was busy, so I haven't made them. But I swung by a place
That had
right
vegan
by
gluten-free
here.
That's honest.
That's amazing. One of my
Yeah.
favorite places in town. It's called the Confection Co-op, right over on Highland.
And I'll cut up.
Sounds good.
Yeah, no, I would not dare to claim someone else's baking.
I know. It's like,
So if you guys have any questions, put them in chat. We'll have a little chat during our break.
Chat. Oh my god. So it's fun. This is a little moment. We're gonna try to think of cool ways to hopefully get you guys. We were talking with Kim and Alice earlier. Just try to get you guys like involved a little bit here or there in the story. Rather that be like maybe like a Twitter poll thing where you guys can help us name an NPC or like
you should
give us a cool item. Like help me mess with them.
TV plays
Or
game
help
says,
us.
how good are those cupcakes? Well, I'm about to find out.
oh my god.
I'm gonna
Felt
shove
bad
this
the
entire
last
piece
time I
in
was
my
here
mouth.
because I didn't have one for Kim, so I
Oh,
wanted to make sure there's something for Kim.
super thoughtful of you.
And I happened to be in the area this afternoon.
Wow.
Thank you so much, Kyle.
I was doing some food exploring.
You always like have goodies with you. It's incredible. I remember I saw you at TwitchCon.
Oh,
I bumped
yeah.
into Kyle at TwitchCon, and
Is
I'm
that
just
when I had
there.
The cookies or
You had the cookies, and I was just talking to you, and I was like, man, I was really hoping to bump into you and then have a cookie, and then he literally pulls it out of his backpack as I say it. It was amazing.
It wasn't the Limbus bread.
No, not that, but the cookie, and it was fantastic.
Ooh, someone read my backstory.
You're so sitting, my legs. I want to stand.
I'm glad you think it's
I would say,
hilarious.
yeah, Lala is pretty still hung up.
I didn't expect it to come out like that. It just happened.
No, it's hilarious. Not your true love.
You guys are so cute.
yeah.
I love your accent.
Moira really hates the water. Like, really. More so than ever, hates the water.
Was there more water?
There's
After
somebody
mostly
who
drowning.
says they're
Right.
curious
Camera's
to
still
what
on.
advice E-Town
Really?
will be
Why is the
giving because they
camera
could
still on?
use some
Because
of
we're
it.
chatting. We're chatting in chat.
Oh, we chat during the break in front of the camera?
We chit-chat.
Wait, and then I'm in the way of all the cameras?
It's totally fine. Don't worry about it.
Question: what color is Myth Nantar's flame fountain? So it's like a bright red, burning orange flame that dissipates ever so slightly at night and changes color to like more like yellow green glow.
Those miffles.
Those myths, those myths.
Thank you, Lord Arctic. That's very sweet. I'm glad that you enjoy watching our show. I hope you have a safe drive. Yeah, Jay.
Oh, that's
no.
great.
Truck driver.
Ah, nice.
That's really
Stay
rad.
safe.
Oh, I used to want
hard.
to own a truck company.
Ooh, that's an intriguing.
My ex was a diesel mechanic, and I wanted one that was purple and black and gold.
I like it.
A Western Star.
Ooh, I like it.
So at dusk it burns with the green flames,
see the
asks
new
Gabriel
Tesla
Knight.
Yeah, at nighttime and at dusk,
They
it
just
kind of
announced the
it's a
truck.
forever glowing flame underwater. So it just ever so
need
so
one.
slightly changes color, so people know what time of day it would be.
Ava,
So
yes,
it's
please.
green on the bottom and then
Yes,
yellow
yes,
in
yes.
the center,
they're moist cupcakes, but
and
they
about
still
half the
need water.
size of the day fountain.
I have a question for you guys. What do you want to see more of? How can we entertain you further? How would you like to be involved more? Because we were having a brainstorm session, like Kelly said, and just wanted to interact with y'all more.
Bigger costume.
Yeah.
Piece of
So
chocolate.
if you have
if you can
anything
sneak
that you
me one
want
of
to
those,
send in the
maybe
chat's
chocolate.
way, like we'd love to hear it.
Thank you so much, hon. Thank you.
I want a chocolate.
I want to try a little piece of
I
this.
want. Does anyone else want the other pumpkin? Because I could do another pumpkin. I'm greedy for pumpkin.
Pumpkin.
If it's got pumpkin. Thank you.
Kevin Lee asks, when do we see a kraken?
No.
Oh, trust me, it's on the list.
No.
You can see the Kraken by watching Pirates of the Caribbean.
We'll see. It's fun. There's like it's interesting when you plan or are doing something water based because I did a water based campaign for almost a year and a half to 2 years, and we ended up having some interesting sea stuff, but a lot of it was based on island hopping. So I'm excited to get inventive with like what they face in the water and on the water.
How's the
so.
gluten free?
So good.
That looks
I
amazing.
made sure there was no eggs.
There's a couple of pixie
the best.
questions in chat.
You're the best.
So I actually found pixie stats on the D&D wiki page.
Yeah.
If you hit me up on Twitter, I'll send you that link and I'll let you know what me and my DM, which was Kim at the time, decided on, because we made just a little change here and there, but generally, yeah. At a style pixie, I think it's on there.
The way it kind of works is that things grow, like as they leave her person.
Yeah. So it's like I can shrink things so that they fit, like so I can use them, but they basically as soon as they leave my body, they get back
When
to
she
their
shoots
normal
her
size.
arrow, it's small and then goes. Shoo.
And then
big.
I usually do have ears. I forgot to put them on.
For those of you who didn't hear, Erika's car got broken into,
Yeah.
and they stole all her D&D stuff.
Yeah, this is all new right here. All this dice. Thanks to yeah, and all of the dice that Kim is using.
much dice.
Where's your golds?
Yeah, someone broke her
dice.
window, grabbed her bag
and
of
we
D&D
had just
stuff
gotten
and
brand
ran.
new die too, which is
Yeah.
a
So
bummer.
crazy.
Brand new from Dice.
Awesome
What
stuff.
D&D person would tax
Right.
D&D stuff?
It was. I think it was
Yeah.
a breaking.
It was just a smash
Because
and
it
grab,
looks like
basically.
a purse.
Oh,
It was
yeah,
just
yeah,
like
bag.
it was a
That
big
makes
bag full of stuff.
Yeah, we had to make sure she got.
So my mini today
Yeah.
is a bat
It's so
because
The pixies.
my pixie's gone.
The bat it kind of works.
and it's really cute.
It's okay.
If it was around Halloween, it would be incredibly appropriate.
Silver dragon works too. If you don't have
And yeah, that's true. A lot of people are kind of getting wind that D&D is becoming a valuable
Feel
thing
bad.
to steal from. Like we've had
Yeah.
some
Feel
friends have their
excellent.
cars get smashed into.
Greg
and,
Tito.
Yeah, Greg
all his
Tito
D&D
lost
stuff.
all of his D&D stuff
and
too.
Horrible.
Somebody else did too. I know at least 3 this year.
It's not cheap, like D&D stuff, and you can
It's really
sell
not.
minis for like so much. So just be careful. Like, don't keep your stuff in your car.
Yeah,
Or at least hide it.
yeah, for sure.
I did
And it's a
I
funny-
usually like put like a blanket or something on top of things, but it was just one of those things.
If you're
where I
playing
just-
the old school versions of D&D, there's also a pixie character race from Mayfair Games from the 3rd edition of the Invincible Overlord, the City of the Invincible Overlord. They had an inclusion for Pixie, Centaur, Lizard Man, and another race that I'm drawing a blank on.
For some reason, I was picturing a pixie centaur like
Yeah.
as
kinda
one
weird.
race, and I was like,
I'm wondering how that's
oh,
happening.
and then I was like,
and
oh,
in the Alice in
pixie.
Wonderland cartoon,
Yeah.
the Disney cartoon, they have this little horsefly.
Yep.
It's a rocking horse that has wings. So that's
Next, actually, on the Sunday Boys Boats Glory game, Alice will mini pony centaur.
Oh, you got to put your centaur.
You guys have to watch that
She's
show.
like, imagine if a centaur were a halfling. So she's like a miniature
Oh
pony
my
on
God.
bottom and like a halfling on top.
I can't
and
wait
I kind
to
of fell in love with her, and I want to play it again.
She's fun. She's a fun one. And
She was
your
fun.
makeup was so cute, and the horns and stuff. You guys got to watch it
It's
next
gonna be
week.
so good.
I played Kava. Some of you may have seen Kava at the Stream of Annihilation. So,
That was fun.
Dragonis.
That was a fun game.
and my boyfriend Brant played a barbarian, half-orc barbarian,
half human.
half human. He's very embarrassed of his orc
I
character.
put them in a fun city thing, trying to tease it a little, and you guys had to navigate some interesting terrain. and
You will see. It's fun.
Yeah.
It was, it was
I haven't
different
seen it.
because we're
Yeah.
used to playing with the girls, so it was kind of new to have. They'd all been jealous that we've been playing and wanted in. So this was our moment to let them
A little teaching moment.
a little teaching moment. So
And it was exciting too, just to be like, you know, like to be the DM, because a lot of guys, their first time experiencing D&D is with a male DM, so it's always nice to be.
I'd say about 90% of DMs are guys.
Yeah, but it's the conversation's changing, and so and it's exciting, and we all know some really cool male DMs as well who like have guided people into the world. But that's why I play 4 times a week, and like when people ask me, can I play, I try to find a place to like bring them in, because like D&D is becoming like not just a curiosity, but just like well known now. It's a number 35 on Amazon bestseller books or something, wasn't it for a bit?
Does not surprise me.
Number 8?
Currently, Xanathar's is number 8 on the best-selling books of
I don't have Xanthars yet. No.
all
Yeah,
books
we don't have
on Amazon.
Listen. There's a cleric domain that would be perfect for Wart.
There's a couple of good cleric domains in there now.
Let's see.
You get to see
Are
one
there
of them on
questions in
our,
chat?
Yeah,
That's what I'm looking at.
Are you done with Tomb of Annihilation? That's a good question, actually,
That's
because I
another
think
domain.
it's a good thing to address.
Yeah.
So they were in Chult,
Yeah.
and that's where their story began. But because D&D already has some other live streams right now that are going at the same time in Chult, running that campaign, it made a little bit more sense this round. But unless stories coincide and
Yeah, we'll see where we
things
end.
and delay,
They may
which
be
would be
bumping
fun.
into each other.
Yeah. But that's kind of where we're going with it, just because we wanted to be able to have a different story and not be using the same template.
I'm trying to talk to people into doing a big crossover for the next summer up thing.
Call me. I will be there. That would be fun.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Stream of
a lot of-
Annihilation every year.
A lot
Well,
of
it
my
wouldn't be
stuff.
Stream of Annihilation. It'd be the new stream.
Yeah. Stream of something.
Okay, but I want
Question.
that so bad.
Can we assume that Fauna is totally on the rebound now?
Oh,
Oh my
Fauna.
God.
You know, Fauna had a week of crying, or some time on the boat. Fauna had some time on the boat to, you know, self-reflect, and maybe, you know, Fauna's
Resilient.
And she maybe learned some lessons and is ready for something new.
She's also young, so the rebound
She's
could
very
happen
young.
pretty fast.
Also, keep getting your raffle things in because I'm gonna draw pretty
Yeah.
soon.
Raffle soon.
Raffle soon.
Are you spinning a d20?
I can spin lots of dice.
Can you spin this metal one? It's heavy.
Sure.
Someone said, question, why pick on Moira?
I don't think I can spin a d.
Because, wow!
Oh,
Moira's the tank.
You can
That's what
spin a
happens.
D20.
When you play the tank, you get picked on.
Spin D4s.
Ooh.
And Moira is definitely one of the more like traditional, like you know, she's like noble and proud.
She's so stuck up.
D4s are
That's why
really
it's fun. It's because she's so stuck up.
Damn, but that looks so
She's
good.
real vain, and she's gonna get taken down a notch probably. We'll see what I have planned for her.
This is.
No, this
kidding.
isn't
Just
happening.
kidding.
You're good.
Maybe
Checking
a
them, make sure I
D10.
don't have chocolate in my teeth.
You're good.
And I feel like I have pumpkin in my teeth. Cream cheese.
Aw.
Cream cheese frosting.
I know Fauna is growing up so fast. Aw.
She's gonna be a real lady.
Well, it's just hanging
I
out
know,
with
I
all
mean,
these
I haven't
ones.
thought about how we're gonna age her.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, you never know if you end up meeting a fun situation
That
and
is
getting
so
in time
cool. I
warp
really
in some sort of other plane. You could age, hypothetically, quite rapidly, depending on your
D10s are
save.
kind of cool because you can spin them too. Spin them that way.
Thanks for everyone for watching.
Yeah.
Super
This
fun
is an
to
awesome
have you all
group.
there.
Thanks. It's nice to see it's such an awesome number. It's like really cool. I was like, oh.
Kevin says he also plays a paladin. How often do I feel like doing something bad, but I can't? Actually,
You back?
pretty often. I feel like my default in like video games and RPG games is to play something where I can steal shit because I love loot. I love loot. I love getting loot. But I can't steal anything because I'm a paladin, and that would be bad. So all the time, I always feel like playing.
Repurpose evilly used
Yeah.
resources.
Yeah.
I do. I repurpose evilly used things.
That's the way it always works.
Well, it was in that one thing that we ran, not live. This was before I was part of the group. We were playing in that situation where there was a broken oath,
You look so
broken
badass
oath
in that.
Oh
paladin.
yeah.
So
No.
that was pretty cool.
Doesn't say
Moira.
broken oak to be a druid, right?
Yeah.
Broken oak.
Well,
Yeah. Broken
doesn't-
oak.
doesn't Joe Manganiello play
Yeah.
Oathbreaker
Yes.
Paladin?
Yeah.
Oathbreaker.
That's how
Archon,
a lot
the
of people
cruel.
discovered that from him
Cruel
stealing the thing.
Oathbreaker
It's
paladin
in
to
his
pieces.
name. Archon
know.
the Cruel. Like, did we not expect this to happen?
I
And
didn't.
actually, Fauna's twin brother, Farron, played in a game with Archon.
Yesterday, today.
had an adventure with Archon, and then in the same adventure died. So,
People were
spoiler
Advice
alert.
for someone's first time playing.
Have fun!
I was
Lean
chuck-
into it.
I was chuckling in the chat because people were saying Kim would make a great actress.
Guys.
That's what they pay me for.
Wait, which Kim? Both Kims. Both Kims. Kim. She is an actress.
Are you an actress? Are you guys
I'm an actress as well.
Fantastic.
We are all actors.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's super cool.
One day I'll do
I'm
voice
an
acting.
actress.
You're a lovely actress.
One day.
He taught me how to play, him and Satine and Rudy. He
Oh,
sat next to me
expressed
and
his
taught
worship
me
of
for an
Tiamat.
entire
That he
season.
did. You don't praise Tiamat
I
without
can't
problems.
She's addicted.
Yeah.
Welcome. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is an addiction. It's a full-time addiction.
It's
pretty much.
fun.
Amazing.
All right,
Tell me how
cool.
much money
Cool.
it's
All right, let me.
Feeling.
That's amazing.
It's a nice little break, a nice little stretch, a nice little
Yes.
just delicious cupcake consumption.
Thank you.
Oh, Kyle, thank you very much.
Yeah,
Sugar
that was
Beans.
amazing.
Oh my God.
Life is so much
Yes.
fun.
Wait, tell me what that place is again?
The Confection Co-op. They also have ice
Confection
cream.
Co-op. And ice cream.
They make cool things for pets too. They have like dog biscuits and
Great.
We gotta
Where
go.
is that? That sounds familiar.
stuff.
gotta
It's
go.
over on Highland, right by
Okay,
Fat Sal's.
I'm tweeting.
Right.
Oh, I think I
Cool.
Tweeting. All
Yeah,
right,
that's
I
just like
am
walking distance from my place. I
drawing
should
for the
know.
running raffle
No, I
now.
don't. Sorry.
Did
I just hear you?
Thanks
A
again.
little bit. You're totally fine.
So
as
I
long
can
as it didn't fall
violently
off.
poke
It's
you
totally
with
fine.
my-
Wait, who's the winner?
Stabby Rogue.
Stabby Rogue.
Congratulations again.
Yay.
Some
Girls gets great t-shirt.
Listen,
Yeah, we need.
listen, we're talking about it.
Yeah.
We really want some. I really want some.
We're working out the
just hand
we're
paint
working
my
out the details.
Yeah,
Basically, we're
everyone looks to me.
She's in charge of a lot.
I'm in charge of the things.
Yes.
The things.
Yes.
Ooh.
What is
Thank
it
you.
going
What's
to
in the box?
explode? Why does this seem
Oh, I think this
suspicious?
is
the box wherever, but now we know.
confection co-op, so we know where we can get.
I'll take a picture.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kyle. Okay, great.
the best.
So we opening up the raffle once more.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna open it up again.
Yeah, so more exclamation point raffle, Idle Champions codes.
Exclamation point.
We're gonna try and come up with some additional fun raffles too in the coming weeks. So
Stay tuned.
stay tuned.
Oh no, you didn't win a T-shirt. Sorry, that was very misleading.
Oh no.
It's a Idle Champions code again. Someone in chat just mentioned T-shirts. And we're like, yeah, we need to make T-shirts.
T-shirts don't exist, kid. Sorry.
Before we
Sorry, Stabby.
start actually selling t-shirts, it'd be fun to do a raffle for one or two of them
Yeah.
before
Yeah.
we go live with them.
Kim, make sure your hair's not
Eventually.
in your
Oh yeah.
There
sorry.
we go. And I
Get
think
there.
the music is it still plugged in, team? We good?
Hello?
Been running it. Some music.
Is the music? Are you playing
Yeah,
right
yeah,
now?
I'm playing it. I wonder if did I tune it out? Maybe I did. Oh no. Hear it
Doris?
kinda, very
Yeah.
faintly.
The music.
You can kinda hear it, but like not much. You can,
Oh, there it is. Oh, there it is.
like kinda. There we go. The nice quaint music.
And we're
for now.
back.
Yes. All right. Hey, you guys.
Oh,
so
And we're back.
we'll pick up from that strange moment where Etan's kind of shuffling around with Fauna, and he's like, just got the handkerchief, and there's a moment where you guys are clearly in the middle of the street trying to understand exactly what kind of Fauna is going through with Etan. So.
Todd.
Yeah?
Thank you for my tail.
You're welcome. You can meet my mom now if you want.
I think that's too soon, but thank you.
Okay. You want to meet my dad then?
No, thank you. Todd. Urchelia might have some things to teach you.
About what?
Eton, do you know how to woo a girl? Do you know what courtship is?
Yeah, that's what I just did.
No, there's a lot more.
But I love you.
About, well,
Whoa.
wow,
Todd, let me have a conversation with Todd alone, please.
of course. Let's go
Todd,
talk to the council.
you're very
You
sweet.
guys are all just turning around in the middle of the street. Is this happening? Okay. Okay.
Todd, you're very sweet. And I really appreciate my beautiful tail. I've been getting lots of compliments on it. But let me just tell you that this will not go any further.
What?
You're very sweet,
But we had that romantic moment by the chariots.
and I will cherish it forever. But
I gave you a free tail.
you live in a bubble. And I live where you can walk. And
Men, listen to this, please.
you live in a bubble, and I live where you can walk. And I live where people sail. And I'm sorry, but
So I'm
live
just
in
not
two
good enough
different
for you? Is
worlds.
that what it is? It's because I'm a fish, part fish?
I'm not fish enough for you. You're not fish enough for me. And that's neither of our faults, okay?
The world's cruel.
Yes, it is.
I'm going back to my mommy.
The world is cruel, Eton. You'll learn soon enough and you'll thank me.
He just swims away very quickly, heading back to his homestead shop.
Well, you certainly told him.
Little one, you've become a tad dark.
I've learned from Urchelia.
That was fast. You learned fast.
I'm a fast learner.
You are good.
We always knew she was a wise one.
Yes.
At this point, she's had more experience with flirting than I have.
This is true.
My.
Yeah, perhaps we need to have a chat later.
Darling, you did wonderfully.
Why, thank you.
And I want you to know he will be here any time you'd like to come back.
I know where to find him if I need him.
Absolutely.
All right, perhaps we should go back to the ship. She can lead us towards the painful light, and meanwhile, hopefully the blobby things will chase after us so we can bring it away from the city and battle it.
So then, I'm to be your guide.
How
Beyond
much do
the
you
Aye.
charge?
I think that you're the one we trust the most.
Look, my fee for a man would be 100 gold, but I absolutely adore you, ladies. So let's call it 10 gold each and 20 gold for the rest of the ship, so 60 total. And I will get you to your destination safely.
That's not that much. That's not. Considering
I believe
I
that's
just
a fair
took a
deal.
bunch out of a chest.
we have 50 gold for you total.
Darling, I heard you whispering just then.
I can give you the 10 extra.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
We'll
At this
give you
point, since we're going to be working together and fighting on the same side, I feel like we should let you know something. That we weren't quite forthcoming about earlier. As you know, we weren't sure who you are, what your motives are. Like I said, if we're gonna be working together, I like to keep an honest policy. We do have a human man aboard our ship. He doesn't have a tongue, so perhaps you're not as intrigued.
I mean, not of as much use,
This
but
is-
there are
The one
Agreed.
that Fauna
You
was
also have
involved
the
with.
spell sending, just so you know.
the witch.
You have the same spell that they have when they talk to the rock. So you're able to speak to somebody without a tongue.
Oh, I see. Well,
But that
then.
doesn't mean the tongue it's still not useful.
I appreciate your candor.
Well, you seem quite candorous yourself,
I
so
rather am. So there's one
thought it-
human man.
That's
I'm
it.
pretty sure, right?
All right.
A young man, yes.
All right.
He's of no importance to you.
Darling, if it is your territory, then I will concede.
Thank you. It is.
Kind of.
Even us underwater girls abide by the girl code.
Thank you, Urchelia. I trust you. And you would do nothing to hurt such a sweet young half-human.
Don't
And
manipulate,
perfectly
darling.
humble, indeed. Perfectly humble little child.
Yeah, she's gonna have some humble pie coming her way soon.
Are you going to be coming up to the ship with us?
I believe that's the only way I might be able to guide you.
How do you breathe above? Or will you be in the below?
Oh, I'm a Triton, darling.
Which means you can do both?
Yes.
Quite
Ooh,
handy.
interesting.
There's more than one type of mermaid.
I never said I was a mermaid.
Pardon our ignorance. We've never been to an underwater city before.
There's so much
Fish and mermaids.
The sea is
Begging
happy.
your biggest pardon.
Fantastic place.
You're
I don't
lovely,
think it's
whatever you are. Love what
me.
you have going on with the. What do you call them?
Ears.
With your ears.
Yes.
They're lovely. All right then. Tally ho!
Rowan, can you give us a... Do we need water breathing to get back up?
How far is it?
I swam down just fine.
Yeah, she held her breath. Once you push into the bubble, you can breathe openly, but once you exit, you would have to hold your breath. But it'd be about a 45-second to 1 minute.
On the way up,
max.
the oxygen in your lungs will expand and fill them. So we'll make sure we stop up on the way up every 10 or 20 feet.
Good to know. I'd like to take a to-go parcel of the plant-based breakfast buffet.
Okay, so you rush back inside from the street. You
Don't
run in.
overeat, darling. It'll give you a bellyache on the way up.
Oh, good to know.
You run in. You very quickly hop in. Make a stealth check as you attempt to not.
I wasn't gonna steal it.
Oh no. It's just there's a lot of people who right away will give you drink and want to wrap you in seaweed and take care of you. So I think you're kind of running in just to the table.
Okay. Oh, to 5.
5. It takes 20 more minutes than you guys expect as Rowan comes out with 2 cucumbers that fall out of her eyes.
I'm sorry. They assaulted me. It was the best kind of.
I understand.
It was the best.
Yes.
But we can be onward now.
Very enthusiastic squad.
In the interim, I've done a bunch of beautiful makeup on her face because I've decided it's my mission in life to help her nail down this tongueless man.
She's only 13.
She now looks like a mermaid. So she has like blue skin and like.
She was pretty, I thought.
Yes, very. Also a little sad.
Doesn't she look gorgeous?
She does.
Gorgeous. Jean-Benet was gorgeous. She was a star.
She's also very
And
much
you're even prettier.
very much 30.
Okay, let's get back to the show.
So all of you guys together swim upward towards the cusp of that bubble and then push through it. As you guys can feel almost like it's like pushing through saran wrap and then slowly pops as you guys are able to make your way through the actual ocean sea, holding your breath, quickly swimming towards the cusp of the break on the water edge. And you do so, thankfully, without any trouble, as you guys are able to breathe air once more into your lungs. Tastes and feels the same, though, strangely, as the water underneath Mythnantar. It's almost as if you've gotten used to the sensation of breathing water. And now you're kind of hovering above. You realize that your ship is not far off. It's about 50 feet over to the side as people are starting to call off your names. You can kind of hear people trying to pull down ropes and get you guys up there safely. So.
Perfect.
Are we near the rope now?
Yep. You guys can all swim in together, but you see that as you guys are all approaching the ship, there's some talking on board, and like you can see Walton and Wine pointing to like the creature that's with you that they're not too certain of.
She's
I'm
friendly.
gonna fly up.
Well, I have the sending stone.
Oh, yeah, but
It's okay. We are coming up with a friend.
Okay, so like how do I convey that quickly to the crew?
Just give him a thumbs up.
Okay. And you see Gailan like running over, and then he like touches the 2 of their shoulders as they both turn around in unison, and he goes. and you can see like they're very confused, but like apparently can understand, at least with some motion, that they should calm down. And so you guys all begin to climb up the ropes without any trouble with the amount that are there, even though maybe there's 1 or 2 drops back into the ocean.
Can I do it in my tail?
Okay, that's going to require a dex check then. If you're attempting to keep your tail attached to you. 11. Okay. So yeah, you slide and slip a little bit, but you're able to get all the way to the top as you like flop on top of the boat. Everyone very confused. Wine walks over and looks to you, Moira, and goes, "What'd you do to a smiley little girl?"
I'm sorry, what did I do? It was a tail that she bought herself. It's
She looks
cosmetic.
very...
I bought nothing.
She looks beautiful.
it
It's
was a
fake.
gift.
It's fake.
It's a.
You
not
turn
like-
her into
No,
fish.
calm down. No, she's
No,
not a fish.
she's
It's
good.
fake.
It's pretend, but look, it's pretty.
It's fake. It's like a dress. Wine.
He looks very confused at you as Walton and Dranisha kind of like walk over and like look at the tail and are poking it curiously.
Although I may look different, I am but the same girl.
You caught that
she's the same
Skyline
girl,
has run back
actually.
up to the crow's nest and is like hiding up there right now.
Wait, is that the
The
human?
little ghost, yes, that's our little ghost.
He's the human,
Yeah.
Little boy.
but he's an. How old is he?
20 something? Now you understand.
Darling, he's
Now you
far
understand.
too old for you.
That's what we've been
That's what
saying.
we're trying to say.
Oh.
Yes.
He's only, I'm 13.
Yes.
He's 20. That is 7 years. And when I'm 20, he will be only 27. And that's okay.
Are you sure he's only 20? He looks around.
Darling,
26,
the idea is that
27.
right now,
He's been
you're a
through.
little too young. When you're 20, sure, that's perfectly fine because you are old enough to understand certain
And
things.
that's why I laid claim for 7 years.
Sure, okay.
I don't think that's how that works, but
It's just
yeah. Okay.
that is yes, that's exactly how it works. It's
You can catch that very quickly as you guys are all talking, like two eyes and like, you know, curly brown hair peek over the edge and just pop back down.
I look up and see his eyes at the exact same moment.
Okay, let's see if he notices you. One second. I think he might. So it takes a moment as he looks over, he looks down, and he kind of looks to you curiously, and then looks to Lilith, who's also like this, like looking at him. And he's just like looking to the two of you, and then he just pops back.
She gives a slight smile to herself, deciding. No one else notices the smile that she does
Am I
to
gonna have to
herself.
be like his chastity belt?
I notice it.
What'd you roll? Not 20?
18.
18, no man.
And my perception is +5, so
It's plus 23. Roll a stealth check real quick.
Stealth check for making eyes.
Smile. Yeah, stealth check for a smile.
Ah,
That's
oh, well,
funny.
15 and wait, stealth. 1. Okay, 16.
16? Okay, so yeah, you notice. And your passive perception probably is 13. So yeah, so everybody else doesn't as you've been looking around actively. As you're also looking towards her with that perception check, like just gauging around, you also catch behind her, not far in the distance, what appears to be a deep shadow
Oh,
moving in the water.
If it's coming after us, I'm sorry, you
It's
haven't said
coming.
anything.
I see her eyes dart
don't
that
see
way.
anything.
Yeah.
I turn around.
It's
Oh,
the shadow,
dear.
the shadow, the shadow. Shadow.
Yes, we
shadow.
have-
No, this is good.
Company.
Because if it follows us, we can lead
That's
it
true.
away.
That's what we wanted.
Yes.
What was effective last time on the shadow?
Lightning.
Lightning?
If you could get it enough out of the water.
I can manage some lightning.
Do you have lightning powers
Damn
as
it,
well?
I don't have a lightning bolt. It's okay.
Well, I mean, you're probably going to be better underwater because that's where you're from
I have a lightning
than all of
bolt.
us.
Wine?
Well,
I think we should be heading that way. As you see, there's a blob.
We go no blah 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 as he kind of like starts to pull up all the ropes and like calls
Walton?
everybody else up. Ichabod, also like a little drunk, is able to pull up some of the ropes.
And my zombie and sneaker. Do work, my friends.
Are you just sitting on the deck in your tail?
lounging.
Sneaker.
I have to,
Mr. Bubble.
I have to be in the right position in case Kylon comes down. Because he
Okay.
hasn't seen my new look.
I think he did.
No?
Everybody, as this is happening, roll a. This can be a strength or a dex check to attempt to help and assist the boat. As things
Oh, I'm
are.
not helping at
You're
all.
not helping,
no.
then don't even worry about it.
15.
15, and that's a strength or a dex?
Strength.
All right, so you're helping push one of the masts.
8.
8, okay. And
That's
dex?
Dex.
Okay, you get caught in one of the sails as it's trying to get, restrapped.
6.
6, you're not as familiar with how to run a ship, you just know how to guide a ship. So you yourself are just a little preoccupied looking out and looking up. You?
17 dex.
17, all right, solid. So you're the one who's retying the sails that Lala gets tied up in for a moment.
Sorry, Lala.
Thank you.
And you are doing,
I'm sitting on the edge in my tail.
Don't follow
over there.
You're getting kind of.
Do you have the
There's some rocking to the boat as it's turning.
I'm not like on the edge to fall in. I'm like on the deck leaning on something.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Can I have you make a dex saving throw to not attempt to not get like fall over in your tail?
Like a sushi
Sushi roll.
13.
13. Okay, yeah. There's a moment where you have to catch yourself and you fly back, but then you're able to like swing back around very quickly, and no one noticed. So as Fauna is doing that, and everybody else semi-decent rolls, as you can see everyone kind of quickly attempting to pass, but not get too close in proximity to this shadow, and then begin to pull in the direction that you see suddenly your friend Uchella kind of point nearby towards. Did I say your name right? Is it Urchella?
Urchelia.
Urchelia. Not Urchella. Urchelia. The E was missing. So Urchelia points in the direction, and you guys are able to kind of begin to move in what appears to be the northwestern. Similar in terms of you guys continuing in that way, but you point a little bit more to the left, as you guys can see that you're just narrowly missing this big clouded shape that is now kind of slowly making its way nearby you guys.
Can it hurt the boat?
I don't know. I'm worried about that.
Okay, so as the sails begin to pick up the wind, which is, it's a beautiful day out now, it's clear skies once more, from that large storm that had passed through about 2 days ago. As you guys are now taking up and picking up speed, you feel like the boat, thankfully because of all of the checks that you guys were able to make, and especially those on the boat, you guys were able to kind of get the wind, at least the ship is moving at a speed of somewhere maybe like 10 knots, which is not a bunch, but it's at least moving. So as this is happening, you see that the shadow, as you guys pass it, does seem to stop for a bit and hover, and then begin to curve around and tell you guys.
I think it's working.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I look to the back to see what it looks like?
Sure. So as the ship is beginning to pick up, hopefully 12, 14 knots as it's getting stronger and stronger against the winds, can I have you please roll perception?
15.
15. Okay, so as you're looking down on it, you're trying to see what it could be, if there is anything, but you see nothing except what looks like murkier water, deeper water. And this is something familiar that you've seen as well. You've never seen the shape of this beast or this thing, but it just carries along this fog.
Okay. Am I allowed to use a cantrip to clear up the water?
Sure. Which one do you want to use?
Shape water means I can change the color or opacity of the water. So
Great.
I
And
hoped
what's
I
the
could-
distance on that?
Oh, good question. The range is 30 feet. It only does 5 cubic foot of water though.
Okay, so right now it's thankfully not 30 feet away from you. It's on the cusp of your vision line.
Oh, so it's way far away.
It's far away.
All right. Maybe
So
I'll
if
do
it
it
were
later.
closer, you would be able to do it. But right now, as you're curious, you realize that you don't have a means.
Okay.
But you're looking, and you can see the deep, dark shape of the water moving towards you guys. Can I have everybody else roll again a strength or a dex check to attempt to pick up wind, so that way you guys are carrying it away versus it catching up to you.
2.
2. So
Yeah,
you are just
rolling
busy
great.
looking at it,
Switch dice
unfortunately
again.
not helping, but
21.
21.
Dirty 20.
Nice. Okay.
I decide to stand up and help.
Take your tail off.
Hopping around on the tail.
I take my tail off because he's not even paying attention anyway. 17.
Okay.
I have 20 decks.
20. Okay.
Not
So,
natural.
all right, and I have to roll for one more. Okay.
An unnatural.
So as you guys
20.
are all doing this, you can hear the calls, the familiar calls, and you guys can also, you feel like there's emotion happening here. It's a bright day, the wind is good, it's strong, it's the wind feels good against your face. You're used to it now. It almost tastes and smells and feels like home. And it's nice to be above ground for you, at least, as you're looking now, not in water, but out of water. So as your ship slightly picks up speed, thankfully, going a little bit faster, you can catch that the shape is like struggling to keep up with the rate and the speed that you guys are going at, thankfully. Though it's moving at full rate as quick as it can, you guys are now tailing, maybe gaining somewhere per second 2 to 3 feet every round. So that is like at least giving you some comfort as you guys are pulling closer and further away here. As it's trying to attempt to pull closer and you're pulling further away. So, as this is happening, let's do one more check to see if it catches up.
Oh,
17 decks.
13.
17, 13, okay.
14 decks.
16?
6.
6, okay. So as you guys are continuing along the path, this has been a check probably every like 15 minutes as you guys are just continuing to push forward, hoping that this thing is getting further and further away. This last round, you guys feel like the boat suddenly is getting pulled somewhere. And it takes a moment as you guys are looking around, trying to understand what's happening. And you see that in the distance, that black shape, that shape of water, whatever that is, has slowly stopped. Maybe 500 yards away, and is now hovering, and it's now doing a parallel, almost horizontal, versus a vertical drive towards you guys. It's slowed down as you guys realize that you feel like your boat is slowing for some reason. Make a perception check.
Oh.
I rolled a 1, but I'm lucky, so I get to roll again.
All right.
Yeah,
Dirty
remember.
20.
24! 11.
36.
Perception? 18.
18. All right, so one more time. You had 18,
11.
11,
24.
24,
20.
6. Okay, so the two of you guys, very frustrated because you guys were getting so much speed, and all of a sudden it feels like you're in muck, like in like heavy sort of waters of some sort of cutting through mud. As it takes a moment, and you guys both simultaneously look down around the edge of your boat, and you see something wrapping itself around the bottom of your boat. It's hard to tell what it is, but it looks like seaweed that's growing on the bottom of your boat. So, let's all roll initiative. As this is happening.
Before, can I do a thing?
Yeah.
Okay, first,
You guys are all above deck,
Chelia,
right?
Yeah.
are we far enough away?
All right. So,
Far enough away for what?
From-
Far enough
from
away
your
from
city.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
Rowan, would you kindly cast
Lightning.
Water breathing.
All right.
water breathing?
yes.
I'm going to go
we're not
down
going to
and-
have any rounds right away. It's we can't do anything because we have to roll initiative and we have to go in
Oh,
circles.
okay.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
That's
I was
totally
trying to
cool.
make that clear. I was probably
Don't worry, I
doing a
could've
good
been
job.
It's a good time to roll a 1. Nothing
4.
bad happens when
Let me
you
see if I
roll
can
a
find
1
some
for
fun music.
initiative.
Yeah, this feels kind of like, danger. Alrighty. So, 20 and above for initiative.
Me.
All right, what'd you roll?
22.
22. All right. So 20 to 15. All right. 15 to 10.
14.
14.
Everyone roll.
This would be 10 and below then, everyone else?
4.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. 1 second. Let me just write this down.
I rolled a 2.
All right, so 5 was you, or Chelia.
Actually, I rolled a 1. And then I add the 1.
5, oh man, that's a rough one. And then 4 was Rowan, right? And then 2 was
Moira.
Moira. All right. So Lala, you're up first. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna. Oh.
Maybe I should get on my I cannot be diseased ponytail.
Yeah. How? Okay. So the seaweed, is it like a bunch of seaweed, or is it like thick, like tendrils
It looks
coming
like
up?
thick seaweed.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna deal with that.
And it looks like it's growing at a rapid rate as it's moving on the bottom of the ship.
I'm gonna try to shoot at it with my crossbow.
Okay, roll to hit.
Yeah, because I don't think. Can I cast Hunter's Mark on that?
You could attempt to.
I don't like that. I said attempt to.
You could try.
Let us try.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark on the
Does
growing
Hunter's Mark
seaweed.
have to be a creature?
I don't have it written down right now.
I don't think it does. I think it just has to be an enemy. But
It
gonna
might
find it.
be a creature.
it is a creature.
Is that?
Choose a creature within range that you see.
Is it a creature? Is what I'm?
Yes, we'll call it a creature.
Yes.
We will call it a creature. I think that's fair.
Does a 17 hit?
That does hit. Roll for damage.
After
It's
second.
going. Okay.
So
well,
if you did it
that's
like
not
third level, it'd be +1. You said you did 4 total. Yes.
5 points of damage. And then 21 hits, I'm assuming.
Yes, it does.
6 points of damage.
All right. So you take a moment.
wait.
Yeah. Oh, 100 damage?
Yeah, another 6.
All right.
And then another 1.
All right. So that's a solid amount right there. That's like 20 something. Alrighty. So you take a moment, you knock your arrow, you focus it, and you let out 2 of those arrows. It slams into the seaweed, and you can see that it pins some of it to the ship, but it's still growing, and it's still attempting to get larger and larger from what it looks like.
I'm just gonna yell, shooting the seaweed doesn't help.
All right, Fauna.
I'm gonna cast Water Walk on everyone so that we don't drown.
And now that's 10 creatures?
10.
All right, who do you choose?
Wait, don't cast it on me.
Well, it's a willing creature, so you could be unwilling.
There we go.
But you would still spend one on Moira just in case. Okay, so 5 of you, and
Yeah,
then
she's good. So the 5 of us, and Dranisha, and Ichabod, and Wide, and how many more do I have
so
left?
everyone except Gylon, pretty much.
Yeah.
You don't have to cast it on.
I know, I didn't count her. Oh, not
She's
her.
being
So
pretty-
just the 4 of us.
The 4 of you, okay. But you still, so it would be the 4 of you, then Ichabod, Dranisha, Walton, Lilith. And are we missing anybody else?
I mean, aside from
Ryan.
And Walton.
Okay. We'll say you just actively cast it on everybody except Gylon.
Yeah.
Just because I think that's where you were going, right?
That's where I was going.
Yeah.
She's learning.
wow.
Good job. That was funny.
Love me or I'll let you drown.
A woman scorned.
So you do that for your full action, and then would you like to do a bonus
A
action?
bonus.
And if you guys don't mind, I'll put in your minis on the edge. You guys are, some of you were peeking around the edge, some of you weren't. I'm gonna say that the rest of the people on the ship, unless you call for them, are going to be attempting to move the ship through the muck as quickly as possible, because they think it's mud or something else.
So I can't call for my zombie.
Yeah, you could, yeah. Right, a bonus action,
Yeah.
you can move them.
With my bonus, I'm gonna leave my skeleton to
Guard the door?
guard the door like he's doing, and then I'm gonna call to Mrs. Bubbles
Oh yeah.
to come help.
She's still in
There
her
you go.
Mrs.
So if you
Doubtfire
get to the top of
outfit.
the stairs with the full movement. Right there, yep. Great. All right, that is
Along
your
with
turn,
the, like,
Fauna.
Cake face.
All right, so as you guys are all there, you slowly see that the side of whatever this thing is, it's growing stronger, and it's really just pulling in. It appears to be slamming into the side of the ship. So it's not even hitting you guys right now. It's just clawing at the ship. So
Is the ship okay?
We're gonna find out.
okay.
Oh no.
Nith
Oh no.
Mantar is our home now.
We're never leaving. I hate the sea.
That's where we're trapped.
Okay.
Ha!
Oh, that sucks. All right.
Sucks for you or us?
Probably us.
Yeah.
Probably us.
All right, so I have to
I'm
roll
not ready
again,
to
you guys.
die.
Sorry. 1 second. All right, so as you see, whatever creature this is, grow its arms out in length. You can see it pulling at the sides of the boards. You see it creeping into the sides of the planks and nails and trying to pull them out. It's doing it successfully, as you can see some of the wood from the ship starting to get torn out.
No!
All right, that is its turn. Chelia.
Do we see the origin of the thing?
It seems to be growing on each side right now of the ship.
Oh, okay.
You can't see the origin of it. It's just its arms are slowly coming up.
Oh, okay, cool. Then I actually could possibly freeze it a little bit.
Freeze it.
Yeah, I think maybe I'll do that. Why not? Okay, so, oh shit, well.
So
okay,
roll to
so
hit.
it was just a shape water to freeze as much of it as possible.
Oh, okay, so you would use shape water to make
freeze,
it colder?
Well, because it's seaweed, right? So it's full of water.
I guess that's a logical conclusion when you're
So
first
it would
looking at
freeze
it.
and then crack.
So what did you roll to hit?
actually rolled 1 plus a 6, so 7.
Yeah, so you aim, and you're like, okay, maybe this can do some damage, but then you just shoot over the edge of it, and it goes into the water, dissipates the cold.
That is a shame.
Unfortunately.
Yep.
Alrighty.
Okay.
And then do you have? Oh, that would have to be your full action there for spellcasting. Okay. And then, do you wish to move anywhere?
No, I'm staying right.
And
Thank you.
actually, it's just I wish that I had like some greenery, but I'm just gonna use a piece of paper. Oh, there we go. It's kind of looking like this, but like underneath the ship, it's like kind of growing on either side, right from there. Okay, so you guys kind of get an idea.
How big is it sticking out the back?
It's on the sides right now. So essentially, what would be cool is if this were half the length. Someday I'm gonna have all the minis in the world that I want, you guys. And it's gonna be amazing. But the actual space of it, it's right here. Let me show you guys. Covering there, and then covering here.
And then where's the
So
blob
technically it
thing?
would be there.
Is the blob thing like back here?
Yes, it's hovering about
back.
500 feet back,
Yeah.
like near and far, just watching you guys.
Just watching us.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
All right. Cool. Rowan, your turn.
I cast water breathing.
All right.
1, 2, 3. So 3. Lilith, Dranisha,
Ichabod, probably.
Ichabod.
Edna. No.
Hang on.
Don't want Edna.
Walton, and Edna, and
Poor Kylon. Poor Kylon.
Wine or
Gylon.
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 So he doesn't
more
die.
useful than wine. And myself.
And yourself. Okay, so you cast that upon everybody. That's your full turn. And do you wish to move anywhere?
I'll stay where I am with the crossbow.
Okay, sounds good. Moira, it's your turn.
Okay. I'd like to make a dive. Going back into the water.
Moira.
Okay.
I know. Going back into the water, diving towards the side of the boat where I can go under and just start hacking.
Okay, so you can jump off. That was going to use about 20 feet of your movement to slam into the water, and it's actually taking up that space right there. So the moment that you jump off, like jumping onto that would be jumping on the actual beast in itself.
Okay.
So you were here, right?
I was here, like right there.
Right there, so 20 feet, and then you swim around, so you can run 4 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that okay? Is that where you want to get?
That's good.
All right.
As long as
and
I'm
you're
close enough
above
to
water, or do you
start.
want to be beneath water?
Beneath water.
Okay, so then you wouldn't be able to move as much.
That's
You'd
fine.
have to move like right here, and then you'd probably go 10 feet underwater or 10 to 15 feet underwater.
As little as I can move while still getting under the water and close enough that I can start hacking away at
Yeah,
it.
so you have to dive. You dive about 10 feet down, and then you realize you see the bottom of this beast. It's just a humongous mound of seaweed that is growing. You catch that there does seem to be a part of it that looks a little unseaweed-like.
Okay, am I able to hack at it?
Yeah, I mean, it
Okay.
appears that the seaweed that's growing is a part of this thing.
Okay, I'm gonna grab one under the boat and just
Right, roll to hit.
with Requita. 15
With disadvantage because you're underwater.
versus 17.
17 to hit does hit. Roll for damage.
Good. Should I do this one? No, I don't trust it yet. 4, 8, plus my fire damage to it. Because it's on
That's
fire, which is a 4.
4.
12
Okay,
total.
So, as you slice into this, you realize that as you ignite your flames, they dissipate quite quickly, though there's a little bit of strength within them. However, the water in itself is fighting back against the flames, and as you hack into it, the actual strength of like you trying to hit it doesn't seem to be doing as much damage as you could do above water.
Above water.
Yeah, you're just
Okay.
you're trying to like stab at something, and you realize that it's the actual velocity of your arm trying to come at something.
Okay.
So you would need to be above ground to really swing, you know? Okay. But you still hit it, and it seems like you cut out a piece of the seaweed, but a small amount,
Okay, and I have a bonus action.
and a bonus.
Which is probably going to be really stupid of me, but I'm going to do it anyway. Compelled duel. on the thing
Okay.
I can see down there.
All right.
So it will stop attacking the ship.
Okay. All right. So you use Compel Duo with your bonus action. All right. Sounds good. Lala.
Oh gosh. I'm gonna fly down the ship a little bit and try and just start hacking.
Okay, so you
some
fly
of the
up and
vines.
kind of on top of it. You have to go down about 5 to 10 feet, and then it's already making its way
Actually, I'm gonna try something.
up. Okay.
I'm gonna light a torch
Okay.
and I'm just gonna poke the vines with it.
All right. Roll to hit still.
fire.
God damn it, I wrote it down.
That's good to know in the future, though. Sorry. All right, and roll to hit.
Okay.
Dex modifier.
10.
10. So as you're kind of like trying to put the fire near it, it doesn't seem to be having any effect as you're like going down and trying to like, you can tell it's kind of singeing some of the seaweed, but it's just not having an effect that you wish, or at least any damage
Okay, my
this round.
second attack was only 6, so.
Yeah, so right now you're trying to light it and it's just not working, unfortunately.
I didn't really
All
want
right,
to catch on
Fauna.
fire.
Is there any damage to the ship?
Yeah.
If there's any like big problems, I'm gonna cast mending.
Okay. So I think mending, it takes a while, mending. Am I
Oh,
mistaken?
it takes a minute. That's
Yeah.
right. Okay, then I'm not gonna do that.
So you just hope that it still stays afloat,
Hoping
yeah.
that it stays afloat. Okay.
I'm going to cast.
So I can't, if it's a bonus, I can't use 2 bonus actions as my.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot my crossbow at it.
All right. Look down, roll to hit.
That one's in timeout.
That'll hit. 22.
That'll hit, roll for damage.
Yeah. 9.
9, great. So you take a moment, you put the bolt on the crossbow, and you just, as you see the bolt just smack out and smash into some of the arm, you can see kind of like a part of the seaweed almost wilt away, and more of it's trying to grow up, but you have successfully hit a section of the arm, it appears.
It's not high enough that Mr. Bubbles could reach.
Not
it
yet,
with,
no. It would be, it's 10, it's grown, it appears 10 feet on either side of the ship.
Then I'm going to cast my spiritual weapon.
All right. So you evoke your spiritual weapon, which can be this if you would like.
Come to me, Phoenix. Destroy this beast.
And then roll to hit with your spiritual weapon.
That's not going to hit. 9.
9. So your phoenix, unfortunately, gets a little confused about what it is because it just looks like seaweed as it's it flies around. All right, that is your turn, Fauna. As you see this creature, whatever it is, with compelled duel on it, is going to use both of its attacks against you this round. So, what is your AC?
17.
All right. That is a hit within 18. And then a miss. So the first attack, you see suddenly the section that you had cut away start to wrap itself around you. Okay. It's going to attempt to. 1 second, and then I need you to make a this is going to be a dexterity saving throw, please.
Oh boy. Okay.
Did it all for you guys.
It's a 12.
A 12, that's not enough. You are considered grappled. So, ready? 1 second. So this is 11 points of bludgeoning damage from the pure energy of this creature wrapping itself around you, but then it successfully grapples you. It's allowed to do this other thing it has. So you are now considered engulfed. So what this is going to do, it blinds you, it restrains you, you're unable to breathe. And I need you to make a con save as it wraps around you.
Why?
Don't jump in the water.
To distract it. Listen.
She's saving the boat.
Con save?
Yeah.
12.
A 12. Okay. So you're going to be taking. Hold on.
Oh no. Oh god.
16 points of bludgeoning damage as it continues to wrap itself around you further and further. You're considered unable to breathe, by the way. So with you losing this, right now water is entering your mouth. Even if you have water breathing, it's like even the water is coming out of your mouth, the oxygen.
Okay.
So what's your Constitution modifier?
+2.
+2? Okay, so we have 2 rounds before trouble happens. All right.
Okay.
All right. There we go.
There we go.
My
All right.
constitution's -1.
Talia, it's your
I don't
turn.
end up in that situation. So I'm going to dive in after her.
Okay.
Done this.
You run over here, and what's your speed once you're in the water? I think it was 40 feet.
Oh, where does it say that?
You might not have 40 feet in swimming, but I just want to make sure because you use 10 up there and then you use 10 to fall down. So, what's your speed if you don't mind me asking? Even walking?
Where do you find this at?
Oh, 30.
Oh,
So,
I see. Excellent. Oh.
30 feet and 30 feet each.
30, 30? Okay, so you're able to get 10 and then 10 down, and you're able to wade within the water and kind of get to the top of this creature. It's
Okay.
20 down, excuse me. So 20 down, 10 up. Yeah, so exactly with your speed, you hit the top of the water.
Wonderful. And can I see the same thing that she saw down there?
I mean, it's these seaweed tendrils are like clearly on each side of the
I'm
ship.
talking about the source, like she saw like a dark blurry figure.
No, you'd
thingy.
have to like go underneath you can't see like a face. You just see these like tendrils of seaweed
Okay. All right. Cool.
because you're right on the surface of the water.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, I need to go down so I can. Oh, I need to see the thingy.
I mean, you do see it.
Okay.
I mean, it appears that the seaweed's a part of the creature, so you do see it.
Okay. Cool. All right. Because I want to throw a shatter at it, and
Okay.
then hopefully I'll have enough movement left to get back to her.
Okay, great.
And hopefully
And
the
so
shatter will
shatter
make
is
it
on-
stop grabbing her.
Yeah, and I think it's just
a
on one
con save.
creature, right? Yep.
Yeah. It's a con save.
Okay.
It
And what's the spell save?
14.
14. It hit 14. So technically it makes the save, but I think it's half damage.
Did you make the wisdom save?
What?
For
Compelled duel?
Yeah.
It's
a
not
wisdom
fighting. It fought you. It doesn't have to do compelled duel
just
unless it's on
says-
its
No,
round.
it says one creature that you can see within range must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature is drawn to you.
Oh, I didn't even roll. No. Oh, it would have failed. So it would have wanted to fight you anyway.
Whatever.
Yeah.
It's still fighting me. It's totally fine.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted anyways. I wanted it to come to me.
I'm sorry. Thank you for the reminder on that.
Yeah.
though. All right. So Shatter, please roll for damage, and then this thing will take half. So.
Cool. All right. I'm using it as a 3rd level. So 16.
16. All right. So is that already halved, or is that?
8.
All right, thank you. I just wanted to double check. All right, so as
Would
you
be an
cast
awesome
this,
roll on d8s.
as you cast this spell upon it, you can see that this creature, whatever it is, as you're focusing your energy in the direction of it, it's shake and shimmer a bit as it gets a little weaker, but it's still trying to claw its way up. Any bonus action that you can do?
Yeah, I can. I think I can use sorcery points as.
Yeah.
Because I want to use. I can use a cantrip as a bonus
Yes,
action, right?
yes, for sorcery points, yeah.
All right, cool.
Then as a sorcerer cantrip, homebrew, you can use.
Okay, great. All right, so I want to go to her and try to get this thingy off of her. Sorry, I'm thinking slowly.
No, it's totally
I think I want to try the shape water again on the section of the thingies that isn't holding her.
Okay.
Like right before it's
Just
like because
roll- just
it's
roll-
armed before it gets to her.
Sure, roll to hit
Yeah.
and see if this does anything to it.
19
All right.
plus 6, so
So
25.
that would hit. So I'm gonna have you roll. It would be technically just a 1d4 plus 1 cold damage on this.
Okay,
It's not
cool.
much. It's a very small square of water.
Okay,
As
cool.
you're attempting to freeze some of it.
All right, groovy. So 2
So 2.
plus 1 is 3.
Okay.
And
So-
so I'm aiming for basically the if the arm's got her, I'm aiming for the bit of the arm right before her.
Yeah, it's tough because you're in the water right now and you're looking at the thing and you don't see her because she had gone 10 feet underneath the water. So you were looking at the creature to cast shadow.
Can I move
on
the
it.
extra 10 feet before I get to her? Before I do that?
You don't have any 10 feet because you use 30 feet of
I use the
walking
whole
speed.
30.
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
okay.
So that's as you're looking at this creature and you cast shatter on it. You take a moment just to try to freeze some of it as well. You can see that it's fighting off the cold.
Yeah.
It seems to be used to the cold being in the water.
Okay.
And as the heat of battle is occurring, because we are technically at time,
Oh no.
as Moira is getting choked in the middle of the ocean, we will stop there.
Oh my gosh.
And our next episode is going to be the one shot. So
2
It's
weeks.
gonna be 2 weeks
So you'll
until
find out
we
what
find out
happens
if Moira
in
lives or
2 weeks.
Honey.
if you have any ideas for how I can get the hell out of here, let me know on Twitter. Otherwise,
But tune in next week. We'll be here, not live, but and hope everyone enjoys their feast here in the U.S. celebrating
I'm
Thanksgiving.
going to pick a raffle winner. So you guys have a few seconds.
And let's go around again. This is Alice Greczyn. I'm Kim Hidalgo.
Kelly Lynn D'Angelo.
Erika Fermina.
Rachel Seeley.
I'm Kim Jackson.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Let's see who the big winner is.
Did I? Oh, yep. Mage Othello. Congratulations.
Great name.
I love that.
Winning
Do
an
like
Idle
some
Champions
Shakespeare. Want some Shakespeare.
So yeah, tune in next week for our Boys Butts Glory game.
It's a fun game.
It's a fun game. And then in 2 weeks, find out what happens to Moira on December 3rd.
Listen,
Happy holidays.
I'm always going to put myself in the way of danger because I want to protect you guys.
We love you.
And our ship.
I know.
And it's the only ship we have.
All right,
Aside
stay-
from friendship.
Okay, I like that
On
one.
that note, thanks for tuning in, everyone.
Stay stuffed. Bye.
Did you say stay stuffed?
Sponsored by Wizards of the Coast.